1. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to, what goddamn day it is. Tuesday, November 28th. You knew that. I knew that too. I've had several people send me this video, which is an hour and change, hour 20 minutes, called Rings 2 from Avenger 1. Apparently it's got to do with drama and bad actors I'm not actually sure. I have not watched it. From what I understand, someone was spitting on someone at CitizenCon. I guess we'll dig through that. I'm curious. Now I'm curious. 13,000 views. I'm curious. For an hour video, it's a whole documentary. I've got to see what this is about. We wrapped up the IAE yesterday already, so that's good. Anyone has further questions about any of this or just wants to show us their fleet, will do that too. Blazer Prime, first in, welcome. Major Statics 07, good morning to you. Seeker Roden, hello. Father Montoya, blessed. Listen, Seeker, this is a politics and religion-free stream. Bless you, my son. Who am I kidding? We're all about religion and politics in here, right? In fact, we think of starting our own cult, right? Mr. Yamashita, hello. KSS, good morning. Yeah, I've got to get my coffee. Doc Flanagan, good morning. Let me just fire up my YouTube stream, which I do not have in front of me yet. Well, I've got to get my coffee. Go there. Pop out the chat so I can see what's happening over there. You come on this side. And KSS, thank you for modding the YouTube side of things yesterday. We haven't had too many problems with people in my stream. Surprisingly, it's upwards of 150, some 200 viewers on YouTube. It's been okay. We've got a great crowd. Imperio, hello, good morning. XLB 07 to you. So not too bad. Although, Athy, if you are on YouTube also, you need to say something in chat. So if you want to mod there, Twitch mods, if you have YouTube also and you want to mod there, feel free to ask for that. I'm dishing. Everyone gets to be a mod. There's a new strategy we're using. Everyone's a mod at the same time. That's what we'll do. Can mods time out other mods? Yo-Yo, what's up? 07. Actually, Yo-Yo will know the answer. Can mods time out or kick out other mods? Does that work? So if I make everybody a mod, what happens to that, Yo-Yo? No? Yeah. So, Yo-Yo, every time you're on, like when I finish my stream, and I go, well, let's see, who should we host? And I start scrolling down. When they see you, they go, give it to Yo-Yo, give it to Yo. I don't, why? What has Yo-Yo ever done for me? What have you done for me? I'm kidding. But everyone loves being tossed over for a raid. I hope they behave. Do they behave? Do my guys behave when I toss them over? I hope they do. No, I'm kidding. I don't want anything. Actually, what the thing is, Griffin likes it when I do that. And when Griffin's happy, we're happy. That's where it is, right? The drama. Oh, so there's this video that Avenger 1 made. He made okay, this is Rings 2. Someone remind me what Rings 1 was. Was there a first Rings? White Lando. Kaboom. Welcome. Somebody remind me what Rings 1 was. There was something. I forget what it was. I think it had to do with the cheating. Refresh my memory. There was a Discord service that was making some sort of CryEngine cheats. And he was talking about it gave you like infinite shields or infinite capacitor for weapons. Was that it? The cheating ring. Okay, I'm thinking, God, my head, all right. I don't know why my head's gone here, because when he says the ring, the first thing I'm going to is there. This is not what the video's about. Rings 2. Stig, what's up? Hello. So is Avenger losing a fight or two? Toki, I don't know Gabs tweeted this out. She is a streamer. Where's Gabby from, by the way? She's Spanish? Violinist doesn't say where she's. I think she's Spanish. Is she Spanish? I don't want to mess that up. Someone know where Gabs is from? Smitty, welcome. Doc, do you watch this through Twitch or do you watch this through YouTube? I'm assuming that's you in there, Doc, right? Both. Okay. Add as moderator. Because you are modding on Twitch. You are managing can block words, change chat modes live, also the capability of standard moderators. Doc, do you want to manage blocked words? I don't, well, see, last time I gave Doc power in Twitch, he went and destroyed chat. We'll give you managing moderator. There you go. Don't mess things up. I trust you. Cyberwolf. Yeah. Hey, Jesus Christ. Cyberwolf, don't, spoilers, all right? What I was going to say is, okay, it's too late. Cyberwolf let out the bag. Cyberwolf is saying you want, okay, let's backtrack a bit here. Avenger 1, who's a great PvP pilot, made a video called Rings. This is a couple of months ago, a year ago, where he was talking about cheating. Now, CryEngine has cheats, a cheat engine, and someone was making or selling, I believe, cheats that give you permanent shields or unbreakable shields and unlimited capacity, just making your ships basically unbreakable, right? So I'm assuming Rings 2 is a continuation of that, but there was also something about Gabs, who is apparently Polish. Is she? Wow, that's a big trip she took from Poland to CitizenCon then. Good for her. And she said, she put this out there. I was like, what the hell is this about? Spitting on someone is not okay. Doxing someone is not okay. These are criminal activities. Please take a look at this video made by Avenger 1. And this looks to be a screenshot from a Discord. And this guy saying he walked right by her and spat on her welcome to LA. So, I mean, that is weird. I don't know why you'd want to spit on someone, especially like a little girl. Oh, she's not a girl, a young lady. Oh, she's like 5 feet tall. But obviously, look, there's people that have... There are people on the spectrum. And gaming communities tend to attract those. So I'm curious to know what this deal is about. We'll go take a look at Ring. Is this the video you guys want to see? I'm assuming she's 5 foot, right? Little? No, 5 foot's tiny. Oh, Yo-Yo Meg's triggered. Yo-Yo's triggered. 5'4". I know. My wife is 5'5". I know. LA is a bad place for nice people. I don't even think that person was. Doesn't matter. Shut up about LA. LA is great. Everyone should go live in LA. So we'll go take a look at this video of Ring, I guess. Take it from there. All right. Rock and roll. Let's go. Dramatic music. Good start.
Every once in a while, you get a win. 8 months ago, I released a video called Rings, a documentary on Star Citizen's cheating underworld. And it exposed a group of cheaters and hackers designing a program called Night City, which led to all kinds of problems.
All right, okay. So that was the first Ring. I remember it now. So Avenger 1 does do a lot of PvP, and he does come across a lot of people. I can't tell if someone's cheating. Typically, when I play the game... Stream was Hassel, hello. Oh, first time chatter. Mike, you already said that. I read that twice. First time chatter. Coming in right away with his politics. LA's a liberal hellhole. 5'5"s? Oh my god. Is everyone 5'5" and below? I guess so. Although last time I was doing a raid, that one girl in the yoga pants was saying she's 6'1" Korean supermodel. Remember that? Yeah. Anyway, so you will see some people criticizing Avenger 1 because there was some drama with him last year where he was engaged in some PvP and he said this guy is cheating. And then the guy he was flying against was recording at the same time and was not cheating. And he had to go backtrack and apologize and all stuff. So there's a bit of drama on that too, but that's not what this is about. Let's roll it. I'm playing at 1.5 speed. I hope you guys don't mind.
Teleportation, infinite weapons,
Right, Cyberwolf. So he said that guy was cheating. It turns out the guy was not cheating and could not prove it. But anyway.
every kind of conceivable hack and cheat that you could think of, this program is capable of doing. And over the course of a few weeks, I was able to slowly splice together information from various different sources and expose the group that was behind creating the cheat and give the information directly to CIG for them to take action. And I can gladly say that ever since then, the amount of support that I've received has been truly astounding.
Yeah, that's amazing. So as Cyberwolf said in the beginning, game devs will usually allow these cheats to go for some time. Not because they don't care, but because when you play a game and there's someone actively developing cheats, it's a game of whack-a-mole. When they create something and you block it, they'll go somewhere else. And basically, it's just whack-a-mole of trying to stop cheats. So what game devs will typically do, it's not that they're allowing cheats. They'll allow it to go for a certain amount of time and then find the best way to damage it with one whack, right? To simply smack them all at the same time. Like create a way to block everything as quickly as possible. So don't feel, for whatever game you're playing, if you see cheats happening, that the devs are ignoring it. The devs are aware. It's just that usually they'll wait to find a way to cause maximum damage to whatever cheat engine is happening. I hope that's what you were getting at, Cyberwolf. Yeah.
Perhaps you may have not noticed cheaters in the game before this, or maybe you have after. But I can tell you there has been a remarkably dramatic drop in the amount of cheating instances that have been happening in Star Citizen. Whether or not CIG is responsible for these changes, I don't know. But one thing's for sure, the development of the Night City hack has ended, at least for the time being, and at least for general public consumption. What you're seeing here is a screenshot of a conversation between two of the developers behind the Night City cheat engine hack that we had in the first video. After the video came out, things started melting down. People started pointing fingers, and the various moles that we had implanted throughout some of these cheating networks were able to give us some valuable information and insight as to what happened after. Long story short, the program was killed, and some of the developers went their separate ways, blaming each other, and sometimes quite publicly and quite hostile. So whatever the case may be.
The curious thing to me about this whole cheat engine story is that the game's in alpha and so many things are still in flux and changing. Maybe one of you can answer the question, what's the point of putting time into developing a tool that will possibly not work with every patch? Buying millions of Alpha UEC is a thing. Yeah, Streamwise Hustle, I mean, I know people that have bought Alpha UEC off eBay, and I asked them, like, why the hell are you bothering? Because there's a wipe and it's going to go away. And their reasoning is, they want to buy a ship in the game, but they don't feel like playing 10 hours to grind through mining. They'll just pay $5, buy the 10 million UAC, and then go buy the ship in game to fly around with. That's their reasoning. I don't agree with it. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid to encourage Alpha UAC being sold. It's irresponsible, and the people doing it, I mean, CIG can possibly, I'm pretty sure CIG has the tools to see when a certain amount of UAC has transferred from one account to another and see where it came from. It's not difficult for them to track. I'm assuming they can track that. Maybe they cannot. I'm assuming they can. And simply ban those people for terms of service. So you're risking losing an account there too. I don't know if buying Alpha UEC is illegal in terms of service. It may be.
And the fears that people had when the documentary came out that it would make the cheating problem worse. At least for now, we've stopped one of these groups from creating a cheat system and getting their hooks into Star Citizen too early, which was always the intention of the documentary. To bring these things out into the light so they cannot survive, and they come into CIG's attention and into the general community. Because like it or not, each and every one of us who plays Star Citizen is engaged in a war between the people who want to play fairly and the people who do not. We are the first and last line of defense for CIG if we want to maintain a healthy, happy, and exciting experience in Star Citizen, free from cheaters and hackers of all kinds. We will never get rid of all of them, but we can stop the disease before it becomes too big. And things like this are an example as to the brave people who come in, spend their time, and risk getting publicly shamed or doxxed to make sure that Star Citizen has a bright and healthy future, free of people who would want to do it harm to make a quick buck or to ruin your experience. But even though we were successful in stopping Night City, some developers, including Nightfire, still continue to work on different programs, this one in particular called Ring City, in response to the video that we put out. You will never stop them all. Right. But what we can do is we can raise awareness for it.
You can't ban someone for accepting alpha UAC, says Louis, you're correct. But buying it for real money is an RMT transaction. Now, well, I guess they can't prove you paid money. Is there a record on eBay of... I haven't used eBay in so long. Is there a public record on eBay for transactions? Yeah, there's no control of who receives it. But if they can prove that you paid money for it, that's clearly toss, right? But again, I guess you can't prove that.
And make sure that when they eventually do crawl out of their little caves and start affecting the game and selling their cheats, we can engage them, ban them, and expose them to the rest of the community. And then hopefully, over time, we make the environment for Star Citizen simply just not worth it for people to show up and cheat in a game that we all have invested our time, money, and passion into.
Go back a second here.
As of cheat in a game that we all...
This was, I guess, the screen from the cheat engine which runs. So look what you could do. Infinite ammo, your weapon fire delay is max or sus or legit. Shield super damage, no recoil to weapons. That's in the first person shooter part. No weapon spread, no overheating of weapons, fixed aim assist, fixed weapons with aim assist. That's awesome. I mean, if I wasn't the top rated pilot in the game, I mean, me being the ace pilot that I am, I don't need this because I'm just that good. But I can see why people might like that.
Have invested our time, money, and passion into.
Moonhala.
As of right now, Nightfire is the only known developer working currently on a new cheat program called Ring City, which he uses sparingly, or so I'm told. The use of this program is not given out to the public yet,
funny.
And he spends most of his time...
Yo, Meg, you think I'm joking? Everyone knows I'm the top-rated pilot in this game. I don't need this abuse from you. Like, you walk in and start abusing me right away? Okay, streamer privilege, man. The streamer privilege.
Developing it in quote-unquote private situations. However, CIG has been notified, and all the information was forwarded to CIG's legal department as well as the community team. Ultimately, it's in CIG's hands what happens to this particular individual. But what is important is that when you see behavior like you're seeing in the video here that is blatantly and obviously something outside of the game's norms, just go through the proper channels and systems and make sure that you report it. There may be some times where false positives could be the case. In that case, our Discord is always open and publicly available to anyone who feels that they've seen something suspicious. And if you'd like to get a second pair of eyes on it, instead of maybe feeling like you're bugging CIG.
Louis, been honest, even with all of those advantages, you would still suck. As with the rest of you in here, right? I don't think there's a cheat engine that can help most of us in at all, said to Max. White Lando. Welcome to the 350 Club on YouTube. Thank you very much, sir.
Then please come by our Discord and post what you've seen, and we will let you know whether it's just simple game lag in the game being silly, or if there's maybe something a little more going on.
Balak, the reason why people... It does ruin the game, but keep in mind that the cheaters will... There's two possible reasons people will cheat in the game. A is just for the respect and the cred of being the best at something. Or B, which is more nefarious, is the real money trading part. Now, at the moment, we don't have a proper economy because the game is simply not there. But there will come a time where there'll be gold miners in Star Citizen. Sub goal. Oh, thank you. Little Boots came out 5 subs. Thank you, Little Boots. Congratulations, Bit Legions, Commander Deckard, Athrek, Bolt Thrower, and Space Clown for being forcefully subscribed to my incredibly shitty stream. Now you have to watch longer. But there will be a lot more incentive to cheat in Star Citizen. The same way you're seeing Alpha USC being sold on eBay now for real USC to be sold on eBay for money. What's the exchange? It was something like $5 to 10 million, whatever it is. People will cheat to get more USC, and it's an actual business that they will spend a lot of time and money to make work. So it's a big problem. Gold mining is a major issue in almost every MMO that I know, and Star Citizen will be the same.
During the investigation of the first documentary, Rings, we discovered some disturbing information on a lot of different groups and PvP organizations within Star Citizen. Although some of the evidence was circumstantial at best,
Let's focus on
we
Nicole.
felt like we didn't need to publish any of the results we found.
If everyone
because we simply
behaves,
didn't have
you
what
get
we
your
call
dose.
smoking gun evidence. It's one thing to point the finger, but you need to be sure that who you're pointing the finger at has credible and realistic evidence.
Everyone
that you can act on.
behaves.
Otherwise, all you have is
get some
hyperbole.
Nicole.
At CitizenCon this year, a lot of us would go out to bars after a long day, and especially after the esports Atmo tournament, a lot of us just wanted to unwind, relax, and chill out. For the most part, we all had a really good time, and I would suggest anybody to go enjoy themselves at CitizenCon whenever it comes around. But what I didn't know was what happened to a friend of mine, Miss Gabby's, during one of these night outs. The man in this video is known as Buttery Pancakes, a member of a group called the Liberty Reapers, a PvP organization in Star Citizen that prides itself in fair play and tournament-ready teams. One of their pilots, New Cabbage, was one of the LR pilots that flew with Zero State in the tournament that Atmos Esports put on right here at CitizenCon. I didn't really care too much for other teams and their internal politics. It's just simply not my business. Even though this team has on many occasions harassed me when they can and put out videos discrediting what I do, my personal feelings are not the point. But recently I was contacted by an anonymous alt that gave me information about actions that were taken at CitizenCon against Gabby. Was a little, well, offside to say the least. And when they showed me other evidence of some stuff going on the internals that regarded me, I knew right away I had to say something. Whoever this concerned citizen was that was part of Liberty Reapers and was showing screenshots of their internal conversations about the...
Yeah, right. So now we know what LR means. It's a small org called Liberty Reapers. Come again, I missed that the Liberty Reapers was part of the Atmo... sorry, I got to go back and just rewatch that quickly. I want to understand exactly what the connection is here.
CitizenCon whenever it comes around. But what I didn't know was what happened to a friend of mine, Miss Gabby's, during one of these night outs. The man in this video is known as Buttery Pancake.
Okay, so there's a guy named Buttery Pancake whose face is blocked out because he's not, I guess he hasn't consented to be in this video.
A member of a group called the Liberty Reapers, a PvP organization in Star Citizen that prides itself in fair play and tournament-ready teams. One of their pilots, New Cabbage, was one of the LR pilots that flew with Zero.
And he is part of this org, and he's flying with this event, with Atmo.
States in the tournament that Atmos Esports put on right here at CitizenCon.
Okay.
I didn't really care too much for other teams and their internal politics. It's just simply not my business. Even though this team has on many occasions harassed me when they can and put out videos discrediting what I do.
One guy from LR was in the finals. All right. So I mean, they're a legit organization. Obviously, I don't know if they the Atmo guys are screen who comes in. Like if you can play, they put you in, right? There wasn't an issue with him being in this org, I'm assuming. Smitty, thank you for the subscription. Much appreciated. Although I thought you were already subscribed. What do you mean? Oh, for 6 months. Oh, all right. Welcome back. 6 months. I haven't been streaming for 6 months. How's that work?
My personal feelings are not the point. But recently I was contacted by an anonymous alt that gave me information about actions that were taken at CitizenCon against Gabby. Was a little, well, offside to say the least. And when they showed me other evidence of some stuff going on the internals that regarded me, I knew right away I had to say something.
So, first of all,
whoever this concerned citizen was that was part of...
Okay, well, this is firstly devastating for Liberty Reapers. It's a small org of about 50 people, and one guy was attending the Atmo stuff and ranked high enough to compete and get in the stage and stuff, so that's great for Liberty Reapers as an org. But I'm assuming something bad is about to happen, and my first take is... The first thing I have to say about this before we even go even further is you cannot control what every single person in your org does. You're not their daddy, although I am the daddy to everyone here in test. Yes, children, sit down. And I like when they call me daddy. The truth is you cannot control what people do. So I question, all right, is this something which was sanctioned by everyone? Or when this happened, did no one say, hang on, don't do that? Because if they never said anything about it, if some guy posted something in Discord and said, I'm doing this, and everyone else liked it, then that reflects badly on the entire org. If no one stepped up and said, no, don't do that, that is bad. Right? And it's fucking weird, and it bugs the fuck out of me that you have to tell adults how to behave. I'm assuming this is an adult. Look, it could be a kid. I don't know how old this person is. But the unfortunate truth of the matter is gaming communities attract individuals that are sometimes not, that don't mesh well with normalcy. And I say normalcy in air quotes because, look, it is a spectrum. And there are people on the spectrum. And you can be 100% fully functional normal, completely abnormal, and is always in between. And all these people here want to come and join your org because they're gamers, and it's difficult sometimes to juggle that. So I can understand, without knowing much more about Liberty Reapers, that they may have internal problems in managing certain individuals in the org. It happens. It's going to happen in an org of 50. It's going to happen in an org of 100. It's definitely going to happen in an org of 1,000, and it's going to happen in orgs of 10,000. The question is, how is leadership dealing with that? Are they encouraging it, in which case the whole thing is rotten, or are they actively fighting against it? Now, without even going further in this video, what's the name? What's the name of this org? I forget already. LR? Reapers of something? If they want to salvage whatever the situation is here, they have to come out and immediately say, we do not condone this. Liberty Reapers, we strongly oppose. We've taken action to correct the behavior. We have ejected the individual that did this. If they want to save face, that's the first thing they're going to do. Let's see. This came out yesterday, so they probably haven't done that yet, but I'm assuming that's where it's going to go.
Liberty Reapers, and was showing screenshots of their internal conversations about the fact that one of their members, Buttery Pancakes, decided to take it upon himself to spit on Gabby at CitizenCon, thinking it was funny. But it doesn't stop there. He showed me that they had been targeting Gabby for quite a while now, and they were also targeting other streamers, including myself. And they were also doxing, finding people's personal information and trying to find ways to use it against them for extortion purposes and just, I guess you could say, general blackmail. What's worse is that the leadership of this organization, Azir Lance, Lycosar, and Hiba, not only didn't say anything about it, but promoted this.
Oh, it's rotten from the top down. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so at that point, I mean, did they make a mistake, or is this what they want? It's not good.
Doxing, finding people's personal information.
So I understand. So when you have a group and you're trying to form some group cohesion, the danger is when you let the lowest common denominator dictate the direction. It's very, very easy to devolve down to the lowest common denominator when there's no fucking adults in the room. You'll find communities typically devolve unless someone pulls out the stick and goes, this is how you should behave. This happens a lot in gaming communities, and nothing brings people together more than bad actions like this. Like if one guy goes, hey, you know what? Let's go attack the streamer. They go, yeah, it's fun to do. It's fun to grief sometimes. We get that, right? But there needs to be someone who goes, let's pull back. And if no one is saying, whoa, let's pull back, it devolves, it gets more and more and more extreme. From stream sniping down to harassing on social media, down to outright what I'm guessing is someone spat on her in public and everyone was okay with it. That is the risk in any community. It's a big risk in any gaming community that if you let the uncontrollable part run wild with no restrictions, it will keep on devolving lower and lower and lower and lower until stuff like this happens. But again, if this is what the community is made for, I don't know. I don't know enough about them. If this is what the community is supposed to be about, that's different. But the weird thing is, they're not anonymous now. People have met them. The guy stood up on stage. They're not anonymous people. That is the weird part about it. Because if you want to grief and you're anonymous and will remain anonymous, that's fine. You're kind of safe. But when your face is known, that becomes a different ballgame.
And trying to find ways to use it against them for extortion purposes and just, I guess you could say, general blackmail. What's worse is that the leadership of this organization, Azir Lance, Lycosar, and Hiba, not only didn't say anything about it, but promoted this behavior and encouraged their members to go after individuals such as Gabby.
All right, so leadership didn't say anything about it. That's the problem. I remember a funny story. I had a wake-up call. Once in running test, and I think we had maybe 100. We were just growing. We were brand new. I started putting out propaganda and videos, and we grew to 100. I think we were around 300 or 400 members at the time. And Disco Lando dropped into our TeamSpeak. This is the old, listen, children, let me tell you the story of the before time when we were on TeamSpeak before Discord arrived. A member of Test, and I think we had 300 members, maybe 200 members. It wasn't much. Disco Lando came in and he goes, yo, check this guy. And I said, what? He goes, he's being rude in the game. Someone reported for rude action in the game. And it wasn't anyone I knew. It was someone who was in Test, but I didn't know them personally. We hadn't really talked. And Disco Lando said to me, this person is misbehaving. He's like saying bad stuff or being rude in the game. And I said to him, what am I supposed to do about it? And he goes, well, you're the org leader. And I go, so? And he goes, well, you better take action. And it occurred to me at that exact point that being the leader, even though you cannot control what people are doing, you do have a responsibility to speak out upon and take action when someone does something bad. And I was like, really? Like, I don't know this person. I've never spoken to this person. They're in Test because, I mean, just join. Yeah, we'll accept you and like just hang out. But they joined Test and they were doing something bad in the game. And Disco Lando came to me and said, take care of this. So it was a bit of a wake-up call, realizing that even though I'm not claiming to be responsible, people say, as the leader of a group, it falls upon you, whether you like it or not. So in this particular case, if this is the behavior that the org leaders are okay with, then that's a problem. But typically how I deal with it and how other orgs deal with it, it's like, oh, someone caused a problem, kick you out. If someone is in Test, and they do something bad in the game, and we have proof. Someone goes, here, this guy is, recently we had some guy doing the free flight pad ramming. Someone had joined Test, I accepted them, they were pad ramming, and the guy, here's a video of someone in Test pad ramming, click, ban, you're out, you're done. There's not much discussion, like that's it, you take action. Obviously this is much worse. Now when the org leaders are approving of it or okay with it, then you're rotten from the top down. Now, I don't want to assume that's a story. I'm just going to assume that the org leaders of this group probably are maybe new and just don't know how to run a group, because you gotta steer it in the right direction early. And if you're in the wrong direction, you have to course correct. But I guess we'll learn more now. Let's see.
And other members of the community. For a group of players that considers itself to be some kind of a moral beacon in the Star Citizen community, I believe spitting on other members of the community and openly degrading them in public, along with a targeted media campaign, is what I consider to be toxic to a different level. California law considers spitting a battery, which is punishable as a misdemeanor. Even if there is no bodily injury, the offender could still face up to 6 months in jail or up to a $2,000 fine. What's disturbing to me is that this behavior was not publicly called out or addressed. Instead, it was championed between members of the LR leadership and ultimately gone unchallenged and unchecked.
All right. If the spitting thing is true, if it actually did happen, did Gabby, I guess, I don't know, did Gabby get actually spat on? Did she go, someone spat on me? Does anyone know? If it was mentioned in Discord, I spat on Gabby, and they go, oh, cool, that's awesome, and they like it, and leadership is saying, yeah, that's cool, it's awesome, we like it, CIG has the right to come in and go, this group does not fit with what this game is about. This group, from the top down, is at risk of being completely removed from Star Citizen if CIG is on it and if this is what they want to do, because that is unacceptable. This kind of behavior should not be permitted by the leaders of an org. But then again, anyone can start an org. And if it's rotten from the top down, this is something CIG must come take a shot at then. Is it just a case of not understanding or taking responsibility? Is there... Right, I mean, the guy said in Discord, I spat, right? Did he really? I mean, who... I'm trying to picture in my head. How the hell would you walk past Gabby and spit on her and then keep on walking? She wasn't alone. And wouldn't she say, okay, is there proof? I don't want to say he's making it up, but writing I spat on her in Discord doesn't mean it actually happened, did it? Did she say something? I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Whoever this person was within LR leaking this information to me explained to me that the team never used to be this way. That over time and over the years, the team had slowly been accumulating certain individuals, which led to a more toxic environment. And that the only way to save the squadron that they consider is still their people, it was to expose some of this behavior and get rid of the ones, and purge the cancer, as they say it, from the inside out.
Just gonna pause and read. Gabby sends some cringe messages, which is to boost her viewership by fake ass honoring of mental. Well, I don't understand what that is.
When I reached out to Gabby's and I asked her if any of this was true, she said yes. I asked her why she didn't go public with this information, considering this was a form of assault. She told me she wanted to, but that she would inevitably get targeted by LR again, and this time more seriously. The stress of having to deal with the loss of her friend Mental Shock, who also passed away, was stressful enough. But with
So she's saying this did happen? Like she physically felt spit land on her as opposed to someone spitting around her? Is that, if anyone's watched this, is that what she's saying? She confirmed that something was happening, not specific about the spitting. Yeah. You know, it's unfortunate. I feel that the gaming community has come a long way. Online communities have come a long way over the years, right? For those of you Gen Xers who've been from the very, very beginning, you've seen the shift. There was a time where everything all the time was just gore and shock material. Every single game you're into was just full of racism and anti-Semitism and gay bashing, like every single one. And over the years, it's improved. I mean, there's still Call of Duty lobbies, right? It's not purged. It's still there. And I like to feel that the internet has grown, and it has to some part, but there still remain pockets of it. And this is, again, a pocket of it. There will always be groups that look to bring down. There will always be individuals that look to bring others down. It's crabs in a bucket. It's always this way. I've had it. I've seen, you wouldn't believe the stuff I've seen. Reload, subscribing, thank you very much. I've had this done to me. I've seen at one point or another, anytime you are a very famous influencer like I am, there will be others looking to take you down because it's just what they do. I haven't seen it too much over the years. I mean, it has gotten better, but it's still there, as we see right here. And I guess now that this is out, the ball's in CIG's court to see what they do. CIG won't sit in this. CIG is going to do something. The internet was the Wild West. Right. Remember, well, I mean, this ties into the whole, we were talking about the goons the other day, and they came from a site called Something Awful. Something Awful, at the time, at some point, was like the most, I would say, infamous sites on the internet. You may not know Something Awful, but you will know 4chan. 4chan split off from Something Awful. Something Awful was clamping down on certain types of material. They said, no, we can't have this material. 4chan said, no, we still want this very bad material. And they split off, to give you an idea where it came from. Something Awful was the normal internet for a lot of us Gen Xers. That's what the internet was about. There was another Style Project. Does anyone remember a site called Style Project? That was just gore and just shock media all the way through. And this is what the internet was in the early days. Like, my God, did you see this absolutely horrible thing posted on sites like that? That's what E-bombs old. Yeah, that's what the internet was. So the internet has grown. Doc, you know Style Project. Do you want to know the weirdest thing about Style Project? The guy who ran Style Project lived in Thornhill. That's where I lived, all right? And more weird, the guy who ran Something Awful lived in North Carolina, which is where also I went to live. Am I that guy? Just a weird ass coincidence, but no, it's true. I just happen to live in the two places which ran those two weirdest sites ever. I was in a Something Awful crew for a while. Yeah, I was never in Something Awful, but everyone was. Yeah. But that's the early days of the internet, and it saddens me to see that these groups are still around. It's not unexpected. I think anybody here, at any time you have any sort of social media presence, you will get this kind of action against you. It's going to happen. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm sorry that this happened to Gabs, but it happens, right?
The information that I had gathered throughout the years of investigating, it made sense. That when I put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I could expose what was really going on to everybody. During the first documentary, we had uncovered some evidence of LR's internal conversations leaked by some of their members during that time. It shows some toxic behavior and some political wrongdoings, but nothing that I was currently interested in at the time. I was after cheaters and criminals. But when a whistleblower from inside the organization contacted me and showed me evidence of things going on, I knew right away it was personal to them. Around a year ago, the Liberty Reapers squadron engaged in what they describe as a war with a group called Shadow Moses. And even though some of these video clips and audio clips will be from that, which I will state clearly in the bottom,
this is a very deep topic. So Liberty Reapers and 1,000 other orgs like that. I don't know if CIG has this rule. Is there something in the terms of service about what I'm about to say? And that is, org versus org stuff in game, legit. As soon as it goes out of game, there needs to be repercussions, in my opinion. I'm guilty of this too. We used to make videos kind of making fun of other orgs and attacking other orgs and just trying to rip into them. I'm guilty of doing that. It's kind of an out-of-game thing. But I think that, Doc, a super subscriber on YouTube, welcome. I think that if there isn't already, there needs to be a very well-documented and strict guideline about what kind of interactions are considered okay outside of the game. So if we have an interaction with another org and it's an org in-game thing, which is fine, if that spills over into social media and we start, going back and forth on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch, is there a guideline for that? Like how much is too far? I don't know if that exists, but I think it should be a thing to some extent.
Proves is some of the strategies employed against Shadow Moses were identically the same kinds of strategies employed against myself and other members of my team. Down from coordinated media strikes, to manipulation of information, down to doxing, down to alts getting in and stream sniping myself and Gabby's, among other things, including other streamers that they've targeted, including Captain Burks. It's important to understand that this investigation crosses everything from 2022 and earlier, all the way up until the present day.
Oh, so this is a long ongoing thing. It's very simple. What CIG simply has to do is say, if you wish to remain in this game and not be banned, not banned from Spectrum, all right? This whole 5 or 10 year ban from Spectrum is BS because I don't even go on Spectrum. And if I was banned from Spectrum tomorrow, I wouldn't even know the difference, personally. CIG needs to come down with a ban hammer, ejecting people from the game itself. Like, you will lose your game package. You are out if you do these certain things. This kind of harassment. Who was it that got a strike on their video? The Medrunners guys. Was it Medrunners got a strike or Medrunners put a strike on someone else, right? Now, if that strike was legit, I don't think it was. Like, there's got to be repercussions. Like, I don't want to come down on Medrunners for this, but I'm saying there's got to be some sort of repercussions to you in game. Like, if you fuck up outside, you will lose your $45 whatever game package is. Like, you are out. Like, CIG will refund you. You cannot create a new account. Make alt accounts. Right. There's got to be a way. If you fund, all right, you can gift accounts, right? How do they stop alt accounts? I mean, there's no real way. I mean, they can IP block, but there's ways around that too. It's a tough one. Back in my EVE days, I was a vocal opponent to Goon Swarm and was regularly at war with them in the game outside the game. I was only friends with several of them. The game was just a game. Right, so I'm fine with that. The game is the game, but once the attacks come outside, like if they start hitting up your social media, harassing you on Facebook, harassing you on wherever you go, like harassment outside the game should be off limits in my opinion. Like the metagame shit should not happen. Have fun in the game. Be enemies in the game, but be adult enough to know outside the game, like, we're okay, right? Forfeit the refund. Yeah, right. Oh, you spent $500 on the game? Tough shit. You lost it. For being an arsehole. I think that's incentive. That's a good incentive. No refund, you're out. Yep. I don't know if they can do that. I mean, there might be legal issues if you spend over a certain amount of money, right? I can imagine there'll be some serious legal repercussions. Right, so if you spend $10,000, will they ban you and say, oh, you've lost $10,000? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't. That could be a gigantic legal headache for CIG if they go that route. But I mean, banning you, say here's your refund, maybe. How's it work in CS:GO? You don't get refunded the game, do you? How's it work in other games? You get banned from the game. Do you get refunded? You don't.
We're going to show you them in order, including the war between Liberty Reapers and Shadow Moses, depicting some of the strategies that they employed during that time, and also used against Avenger Squadron in the following years. It's also important to understand that during this time, a member of Liberty Reapers and Gabby's close friend, Mental Shock, passed away from suicide. Perhaps this was the reason why Buttery felt it was necessary to spit on Gabby, and so I started deep diving, asking people, and pulling on my intel strings to find out just exactly what's been going on. Whoever was in LR, feeding information to myself and the rest of the intel team, felt it was necessary to expose this information. And when you see it, I think I know why.
We need to discuss what to do with the next video. Some people, just to say this and then the rest can jump in. So I think first we need to discuss about the next video, what we want to do with it, and who has ideas how to utilize the alts that we know, how to buzz them, how to showcase the bad shit they're doing, etc., and see what can be done, what can be damaging, what's stupid, and stuff like that. So whoever is involved with that, mostly, please speak.
Like via the YouTubes.
That's part of the idea. We intend to provoke them in a very elegant way to try to make that happen. YouTube will be one of the venues to make that happen.
Yeah, I don't know anything more public than that, you know.
It sounds like we need to fight them in the PU and in the AC, so that way we defeat them everywhere they go. And if they got Twitters, we just go to their Twitter streams and beat the shit out of them.
Got the birds.
Berg's still with them.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at you, they're having a meeting discussing how they're going to grief people on their social media. We just spoke about that. That is an immediate no. Like, if you want to hassle them in the game, go hassle them in the game. Don't bother them outside of the game. That should be some sort of rule in the terms of service, in my opinion. Right?
The issue is our own availability. And AC is a tough one. Like, how many of us can get in there at specific times when they're in there? You know.
Right.
As an ex-Black Fleet person, I would love to see Golo absolutely disintegrate another work. So.
And let's try to create shit for them so they disband. That would be the best scenario for us, correct?
I would concur. Let's
Swing
try to
off
dissolve them the best we can.
Does anyone not agree to this? Please speak so we can hear your opinion and try to come out with an alternative if that's the case. Anyone, please.
It's so weird because you hear this and you hear people saying, yeah, we want to ruin this person's fun. Our fun is ruining their fun. At the same time, you have to remember that these people they want to play Star Citizen. They're fans of the game, right? They're excited as you or me for Star Citizen. It's just they've been steered in a direction that their fun should be ruining other people's fun. It's common. We see this a lot. It exists in every single game. And again, I think this is something which gaming as a community needs to grow up out of. The idea that the only way for you to have fun is to ruin someone else's fun is not necessarily true. The harassment, yeah. I hear a bunch of people who are fans of the game. They've just gone in the wrong direction. They feel that their way to enjoy the game is if you came in kind of neutral and you fell into this group, now you think, oh, this is what's normal, right? It's very common. You get steered in the direction that the group you're in is in. So if you fall into a good, uplifting, positive group, your style of gameplay will change to something that is more positive. If you have no really idea and you fall into a group like this and like, yeah, we're going to grief these guys and we're going to harass them on social media and we're going to do all things, then to you go, oh, especially if you're young and impressionable, this is what the game then means to you. Thankfully, it's a small group. And I don't think this ideology is widespread in Star Citizen. I think Star Citizen overall is a very positive and adult behaving group when it comes to gaming in total. But the danger is that if you're young and impressionable and you fall in with a group that you think this is what normalcy is, you then become one of that, and that can grow. And that's why these kind of things have to be chopped off before they get too big.
Now, does anyone have any objection to any particular...
The irony being, of course, is these groups will turn on each other. The same way they will treat, I guess it's Burks or Gabs or whoever they're targeting here, they will turn on each other just as quickly. If any of you find yourself in a group like this or you think this is cool and they have your back, these groups will turn on each other on a dime. They will turn on each other and consume each other and dox and attack each other as quickly as they do it to everyone else. So don't think that if you're in a group like this, you have immunity or they won't do it because now you're respected. No, like, it doesn't matter. They will turn on you in an instant if they needed to.
Particular means that we might take to achieve these goals? What is what anyone consider morally off limits?
Kill them all.
Otherwise, whatever means necessary. Okay.
Other war?
We'll take some action to see if we can disrupt their integrity.
If Virgil was doing this real life, I would reach him and I'd punch him in the nose. And basically, giggling shit out of him.
Who's Virgil?
Okay, we set the objectives and we kind of agree. Best would be not only to beat them, but also to make them disband. Because let's be honest, that's what gamers do.
Yeah, who's that? Who they're trying to make disband? I'm missing something here. Who is Virgil? Why does everyone physically punch him? And who is disbanding? Did I miss part of it? But that's the weird thing. The physical threats, I've had that too. I mean, everyone talks a big fucking game until you actually meet them in real life and realize that some fat fuck weighing 270 pounds is 5 feet tall, couldn't lift his fist without running out of breath. But it's weird that there's a lot of this. I get threats, not recently, but I used to get threats from people saying, yeah, you better watch out because when we meet, you got it coming. Coming for what? Someone heard that I did something and I better watch out because they're coming for me. I'm like, okay, like, what are you going to do? Like, you want to fight me? Like, what is it? You want to have a fist fight for something? Tell me what it is. What is it? It's weird. So, I mean, I know it's idle threats, but the thing is, you got to take it seriously also because you don't know who the crazy person is. There are individuals out there. You probably know some crazy kid from school. I know crazy people also that when they make threats, physical threats, you got to listen to it. So you don't know when this guy here is saying, if I see this guy, I'm going to punch him in the face or whatever, if he's being serious or not. It's tough. Smitty going, social media made you too comfortable disrespecting people and getting punched. Yeah, right, Smitty. Look, I will take that 99% of threats mean nothing, but you don't know where that 1% crazy might be, right? That's the risk of it. And it's so weird. Like, I remember I started getting threats when, because I run tests. Oh, big fancy org. Oh, you know, I'm the big cheese. And just for that alone, people want to fight you physically. I was like, that makes no sense. Like, why do you want to fight me? What is it? Like, what do you want to prove? Angry nerds are trying to vent on people, repercussions. Right. So, I mean, it is 99% of the time it's idle bullshit, right? But there is the 1% that might be nuts. Like, guy spitting, if he actually did spit, like, what are you getting from that? What's it accomplishing? The respect of others? What is it? EB, right? No, I mean, you can come give me a good punch and we'll punch each other for a while, then we'll go have some drinks, right? So, I mean, I used to weigh 120 pounds, but then people started threatening me, and then I started taking test brand digestive enzymes. Now look at me. Now look at me. Test brand enzymes will not cause muscle growth, might cause flatulence.
You disband your opposition. Who's going to challenge you then? Pick up what's value there and move on to the next one. Something that we need to talk about, that's how to and who to target in their org. If we have any information, that obviously is intel, but if we know anything that we can use, somebody who we know might be more fragile than the others, who is very egotistical. So if anybody has anything on their mind right now, please speak.
Galoith, Virgil, and First Spear. Those are the three.
I guess that's our pitch line for my test brand digestive enzymes. Test brand digestive enzymes. They cause flatulence. I don't know. Kay says, you're off the marketing team. Fight me.
People. Definitely Golo.
SM War 2022. The targeting of SC player Goliath's mental health for LR propaganda. Okay. Goliath is the PvP guy, right?
In terms of what, he's a pussy?
No,
fragile, pressure cracks.
He's very fragile and cares what people think a lot.
He'll start screaming and like having a mental breakdown if you put pressure on him. Polo, First
I
Spear. I don't know about Virgil. I've been
I
screamed
can hear
at.
the high-pitched scream.
I've been screamed at by Galoith at least like 30 times over the years because he died in a fight and started blaming it on everybody else. And First Spear is somebody, if you put pressure on him, he'll get bent about it for like months. And I made him quit the game in 310. So I'm on my mission to do that again.
That's sad. Look, I don't know Goliath or his mental state. Truth of the matter is, a lot of gamers are on the spectrum for one way or another. Monarch Phoenix, welcome to a very serious stream. I'm assuming they're talking about Goliath. He's like the PvP guy, right? So a lot of gamers who are on the spectrum for whatever mental issues they have, this is their escape. Whether it's social anxiety issues and the best way to interact is online for them, work-related issues, family-related depression, whatever it is, a lot of people will come to gaming to escape that. And unfortunately, there are gamers who will want to use that against... How do you... There's no fixing that, you know. There's always going to be arseholes out there. But the fact that they are identifying this individual because he has issues and they kind of want to twist the knife in there and make it worse for him, that's just terrible. Rest assured it'll come around. I'm a big believer in karma. It'll come back to them. It will. In one way or another, what they do will come back to them.
I think establishing a good relationship with ramming department would be a great way to get in his head too, because he was afraid of them. He mentioned them specifically, and he was afraid of Ranger Squadron.
So we already talked briefly about the people who are most susceptible to getting in their head. Who are the people who most likely have the least allegiance to Shadow Moses that are in? They're more likely to jump from that org to another org.
Wait a second. Chat, you're constantly attacking me and calling me stupid. Are you trying to get in my head? Is that what's happening? The abuse I get... You know what? As punishment for your abuse of me, your constant harassment, trying to trigger me, now you will all be punished. I'm punishing my chat right now. Let's see. What is the worst punishment I can possibly give you?
A pointless video of my morning routine in my hotel. I filmed myself pretending to wake up, and then I opened my curtains that were already open 5 minutes ago, showing you my pussy fat. I didn't get this room for free, but I like to pretend that I did by thanking the hotel for having me. Then I'll film myself in the mirror and give you a flash of my beef curtains, and then I'll record myself in the toilet and pretend it's the best toilet I've ever used. I give this hotel a 10 out of 10. See you next time. Hi guys, it's your...
I'm sorry I had to do that, guys, but you've been misbehaving. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Albert, Nasmordian, murder.
You think I'm to murder and Nasmordian?
I think that Nasmordian will go wherever the wind blows. He just wants to play with his friends.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, that's...
Just being
So let me get this straight. Golo is a psycho. Right?
Well,
He screams when he dies. No, I mean, does he scream when you lose official tournament match, or does he scream when he dies in a BR?
BR in PU.
That's a psycho. That's a psycho. Okay, that's a fucking psycho. Okay, we all rage, but that's a psycho.
He rage quit.
I love when they're trying to psychoanalyze you. He's a psycho. The guy saying you're a psycho, you're probably the psycho. There's often a lot of projection in these groups that will point out the emotional flaws or the emotional weakness in others and rage and calling people psychopaths, when in fact it's just projection. Not that it makes it better, but 9 out of 10 times when there's someone pointing the finger at you going, you're insane, it's because they're just seeing what's in them and projecting, go, well, no, it's you, right? All projection.
First time I killed
Okay.
BR.
Okay, nice. That's good to know. So, okay, what I remember is
This
that
sounds like Icaro.
Moses.
This sounds like Spanish. Icaro, is that you? Oh my God. Or do all Spanish people sound the same? This sounds like a guy from my org. But it's not him, I'm joking. Same accent though.
Loved trash talking Galoid publicly, attacking him, doing videos about him, etc. I think we should target Galoid heavily. Now this is the manipulation part. I would target Galoid relentlessly, just like we did after the tournament when Lyko teared him.
How, I guess, did I miss this, but how does he have this audio? Did someone record, or someone recorded also and leaked it to them? Yeah, this is, yeah. I mean, is there a law? I don't know where this is based, but are there any laws against recording people without their knowledge? Some states have that. Is there a problem with this? Eve level of spies. No, you know what? Look, to be honest, when we first started following this game, like 2013-14, we thought this would be Eve 2.0. It's not going in that direction. Nor do I want to see it this direction. Nor do any of the big orgs want it to go that direction. I mean, there was a time where, I'm trying to think, which orgs was it? Orgs have come along, which were all like, yeah, espionage, we're going to infiltrate you. Some guy's going to join your org and he's going to, befriend you and you'll become good friends, and then he'll attend your wedding and be your best man. And then when you least expect it, in 10 years from now, he's going to turn around and clear out the hangar and take all your stuff. Shocker, no one saw that coming. But there's there is that. There's some orgs which formed up specifically for that, for espionage, and just to get in there. Right, Smitty? Like your wife is going to marry you, and she's going to share a bed with you, and she's going to make you coffee on Sundays, and then she's going to get pregnant by you and raise your children, and then when you die, she's going to take all your stuff. That's her plan. Yeah, the Eve level of espionage, I hope it doesn't go that way. I think we're mostly over it. How many people have we seen from Eve over the years come to Star Citizen and just go, yeah, I'm tired of Eve, I'm tired of the griefing, I'm tired of the harassment and all that, and simply just move past it? Athy, you want to be a moderator? Yeah. Don't abuse your powers. So yeah, that Eve level of espionage and stuff has no place in Star Citizen. I hope it doesn't go there. It hasn't gone there so far. And orgs which are focusing on that, they have no real place in this game. I think the community can come together and say, like, we are not going this direction. Like, if you want, you can, but we are not going this direction. And the majority of the community is on board with that, I feel.
You asshole. One more thing. Is it true that Galoid didn't allow you guys in black to practice against other orcs?
Yes.
Because he's afraid.
He was afraid of losing.
Okay. Oof.
We're gonna destroy that guy.
And only target individuals.
Should I attack Galoid directly in this video?
Athy, tell me that's not Ikaro's voice.
Highlight,
that sounds like
I think
Icaro.
you could highlight the biggest target point on Galoid is the fact that he joined the people who were abusing him. That is going to establish the narrative. Very nice. Okay, and then I think final remark is that obviously it goes without saying none of this should leave the Reapers, including to the candidates, because the candidates are still under assessment.
LR created a fake Discord account of Goliath and began the plan. Okay.
Our code, which everybody hit accept, so to speak. They scrolled down through it, the license agreements, and hit yes. I have read this.
Does anyone know this org Liberty Reapers before this happened? Are they... I mean, I don't keep up with all the new orgs coming in. There's just way too many. But are they a known group in the game? Or is it just because of this video that the name's all over the place now?
States some important things that define what it means to be a Reaper. One of them I will recite to remind us all. Both the...
I can just imagine how devastating this is for the org itself. This guy, Lycosar, I mean, I don't know him. If he approves of everything that's been happening here and he's okay with it, this is something which... who deals with this even? It's not Disco Lando. Like, who at CIG would deal with this kind of situation? Actually, I have some criticism here. The truth is there's no one at CIG who cares about this right now. Jake or Galactica or Disco, like, they all have things they're doing during the day. As far as where this ranks in their day, it ranks below the lowest possible thing for them to do. Like, their level of importance for this is 0. But it's obviously very important for the community. I think it's time that CIG has an official... What role is it? What role would you make it? No, Xyla doesn't deal with this. No, you wouldn't care. It's stupid org drama. It's not their wheelhouse. They don't give a shit. But I think it is time, it's high time, that CIG does have a dedicated role that deals with orgs and org leaders in particular. I have had 0 contact from CIG for anything org related. At no point in time over the last time was like Disco Lando, like 6 or 7 years ago, dropping into our TeamSpeak and saying hi. There is absolutely 0 communication between me and CIG in an official matter, with me being an org leader and then being CIG. There is 0. And I think it's about time this does happen. I don't know what role it's going to be. CIG should be working... Oh, yeah. No, so CIG loves streamers, right? We joke about streamer privilege, but CIG will bend over backwards for the streamers. Because streamers are the front-facing people, it's free advertising, ship giveaways, events, Atmo, esports and stuff. Streamers have privilege in CIG in that regard. The actual people who do tons more work than streamers when it comes to actual organizations and people in the game are org leaders, and there's 0 connection. There's a 0 line of communication. It does not exist for org leaders and someone at CIG they can speak to. Next time at the monthly paid stream meeting, yes. Yeah, I'll tell those paid streamers, Salty Mike and Board Gamer, who are actually on the payroll, to bring it up. But those guys are not org leaders, right? I mean, Board Gamer has an org, Burks has an org, but their org is essentially there because of the stream. I have a stream because of the org. Not even. Like, you guys aren't even in my org. But, I have an org first. I don't consider myself a streamer. I have an org. It's a fan club. Yeah, I mean, this stream is... Yeah, it's true, though. My stream is not a test stream. You don't have to be in test to be in the stream. Although we will call you all filthy affiliates. It's more of a cult, yes. I got to bring it up to CIG. CIG needs to have an open line of communication, someone which orgs go to that deals with this kind of garbage.
Fancy form and its translation. Element 2 in our code. A man deserving of a station, when sound in his trials, will assert it not through sharpness of tongue, but rather the report of the fist. Should he find himself in victory, and the conquest was fair, as unjust exploit was avoided, the act itself will sound fanfare of his worth. And that translates to, Let your abilities tell of your skill, not your words. Prioritize humility and avoid bragging. Cheating.
What? Did Atmos see this? Again, I mean, you can't control. That's a tough one. So this guy Swar is saying that the Atmo announcers sucked and they effing morons. Look, Atmo's done a lot, right? The amount of coordination and organization it takes to do what Atmo's doing is a lot. So it's pretty shitty when your org does field someone to go up there and be part of that, and then for you to say that it sucked. I mean, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
And exploiting in any form is not tolerated, and always show respect to your opponents. And I think amidst some of the chaos that has occurred in this war, the latter point can be lost to an extent.
It was too bad that he is a not C. He fails to address me as the Führer. It's disappointing. What? It's just, yeah. I don't pretend to understand the culture in that org, but obviously that flies there, and that's okay for them.
One thing I'd like to remind everybody that even though Shadow Moses exists concurrently with us, they play BR, they do their thing, they do their teaming, whatever. We still have to uphold the high standard despite the conflict. We still have to be the beacon of what it means to be demonstrate a high degree of sportsmanship, while at the same time being highly effective, a well-oiled machine of killers. So that means a few things need to be followed. For the majority of you, this does not need to be stated, but it's a good reminder for all of us regardless, because in a time of conflict like this, some things can easily be overlooked or forgotten. When you find yourself in...
So this is the org leader speaking, right? He sounds okay. Not that we know what his mindset is. I do believe it's a simple case of letting the lowest common denominator dictate the direction his org is going without him having his finger on the pulse of it and saying, yeah, we're going to draw the line at anti-Semitic stuff, maybe do that. You got to pull in the reins. Not that I have to lecture someone how to run an org, but it's not always obvious. It's not always straightforward. Just because you start an org, now you have 10, 20, 30, 40 people, doesn't mean automatically that you know what to do. Sometimes there is a learning process. This could be a case of an org simply escaping his control. He sounds normal so far, right?
BR, there's a few general rules that you should always adhere to. One is that you should stay in a fight even if you're losing.
I don't remember.
We
found out who he was. He was the freaking Marine guy, and then I acted like I was a Marine dude too. And he was like, "Oh, Rob, brother," and it's like,
I have morals, but my morals are almost like crossed. I wanted to
fucking morals.
I wanted a deep fake fucking Avengers one and do some shit, but I was like, I shouldn't.
That stuff can have like legal repercussions, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, not really.
You gotta be careful bullying. All right. But yeah, he might kill himself.
Yeah, that's the main.
Who would kill himself?
That's the main reason.
They wouldn't kill himself. I mean, this is his livelihood. So like, he sells out so hard. Dude, he makes like from his regular day job. From his regular day job? I thought he was just a or something. No, he's not. I found his salary from last year and the year before that. Years.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
Crazy. Come on.
I'm just saying, he took out his dog for sympathy.
Oh, 100%.
Prove me wrong. You can't.
So it sounds like a lot of smack talk. Avenger 1 is in a very precarious position. I can understand his situation. That's a tough one. He's a very skilled pilot in the game, and everyone's gunning for him. On top of that, his content depends on him doing well in what he's doing, right? So he's under a lot of pressure. Him going out and getting to some PvP and losing a lot affects him. I can get that. You get that too. And so what they're going on about is basically, just trying to screw it up for him as much as possible in any way they can. That's unfortunate.
So the rumors in question are that some of my personal information has been getting publicized, including like how much money I make and like my career.
Show the despicable nature of those LR members. Right, so, I mean, that's an issue for leadership that they have to rein in. If this is a widespread and just a very... This is the way his org goes. You know what? You have to test the limits. This is what this is. How far can you go in this sort of mindset in Star Citizen before something gets done? And I guess this is it. This is as far as it goes. Because now that this is out, and CIG will definitely take a look at this, they'll contact that org leader. And they'll say, we need to speak. And they'll say, these are the things you got to do. I don't think they're going to disband this org. But I strongly believe CIG will probably reach out and go, there are certain things you need to do if you want to remain an org in this game. And while I don't believe it's happened yet, has there ever been an org disbanded by CIG? I'm trying to think. I don't remember an org ever being disbanded. Well, let's go this to more extreme example. Has EVE ever disbanded a corporation? Those of you who played EVE, was there ever an EVE org that was disbanded by actual CCP? I'm curious to know what the precedent is in a situation like this. Do you dissolve an org? Griefernet was disbanded. It was? Was Griefernet an actual org called Griefernet? All I know is bad dispute between Bob and Goon Squad. Blizzard has disbanded orgs and guilds. Right. So what is the maximum level of toxicity that the game dev is willing to accept in their game? Because you got to set an example at some point and go, this is where I draw the line. Griefernet was an actual org that is gone. Was it? I don't know if there were an actual org. I mean, easy enough. Griefer. This? Is that them? But this isn't, I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. This isn't disbanded, it's there. I'm trying to think about other games. I personally have not seen other games which the game dev that disbanded an actual in-game guild. But there's got to be at some point which you do, right? CCP did disband a couple of corps. Goonswarm was almost one of them? Why? CCP will never disband. Goonswarm is synonymous with EVE. You can't have EVE without Goonswarm. Or maybe, well, back then. Maybe things have changed now. I haven't followed that thing for years. Over a decade at this point. Right, the goons are EVE. Like, people will go play EVE to play either with or against goons.
And like kind of stuff like that, which I find a little disturbing. So I just wanted to hear from you because I believe you're LR leadership, correct?
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta, let's slow this down to normal speed now because this is Avenger 1 talking with LR leadership about an issue of his doxing. I want to hear this.
This is the first.
Because I believe stuff like that would make and like publicize, including like how much money I make and like my career. Okay, I'm not trying to dox Avenger. How is it they have his salary? What does he have some sort of public office that he runs where his salary can be checked upon? How the hell do they find how much money he makes? Isn't he in he's in Ottawa? Where is Avenger 1? He's in Canada, right? Is it Ottawa? What does he do? He's a fireman? So is his salary publicly listed somewhere? And like kind of stuff like that, which I find a little disturbing. So I just wanted to hear from you because I believe you're LR leadership, correct?
When the leader of Goonswarm openly mocked a person in real life over a suicide comment, they believe they were being considered. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember that. Right. Yeah, I mean, that was poorly thought out. He was an EMT. All right.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm hearing about this, to be honest.
Okay, so nobody in LR is actively doxing me or finding my personal information or anything like that? Okay.
No. So they had the legit information.
They have legitimate information. They have my salary, my name.
They have legitimate information. Why do you need it? I mean, what is it that you want to do? I've had this happen to me too. I'm not difficult to find. There's plenty of people who've mailed me things and I've given them my address. There's people who know my name, where I live. I've had people there's orgs out there, a few orgs, that have complete psychological profiles on me, with a breakdown of my personality type, name, my education, like a complete breakdown of the whole thing. It's like, what? Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you like that. I'm not sure how that helps you with anything. So, I've had that too. They feel it's part of the kind of the intel gathering. You've taken pictures of me in my Speedo. Yeah. I get that. It's happened to me. I've had people saying they have all this information about me and pictures and things, and it's kind of their research that they must understand the enemy, and they've done capture the intel on it and everything. Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, it happens.
My address, like everything, and they've been posting it around on alt accounts, and I'm trying to track down who the hell it is what really is concerning to me, right?
I hate that. Well, I don't believe there is any actual physical threat to Avenger 1. The fact that his address has been tossed around, and you don't know when it lands on the lap of someone who's actually crazy. You don't know, right? It's fun to toss around, look, I have his address, blah, 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 but you don't know when someone actually insane will get the information and might feel they need to do something about it. Like, oh, he beat me in the game, I'm going to go to his house now. That's always the problem. Like, again, 99% of the time it's okay, nothing's going to happen, but there's always that 1% that there's going to be a crazy guy somewhere in there that's going to do something.
To me is where it's like completely unacceptable, because that is criminal, legitimately.
Yes, it is. I mean, look, think about it. This has to be personal. It's that detailed, right? It's that. It's literally a criminal activity. It has to be personal. Yeah. It has to be somebody that you have really, really bad blood, right? I mean, you can say all you want about, orgs and shit, but brother, like, nobody ever tried to shit on your plate when it comes to your streaming career, right?
So, like, I need to hear this from you.
Ranger 1 comment logging because he can't take the heat.
I need to know that you guys would never go there, because if it's not you, I'm going to take your word for it, and I'm going to find out who did this, because this is unacceptable.
Doxing is not acceptable here.
So, as the org leader here, what this org leader needs to do is go to his group and say, I've spoken with Avenger 1. Whoever is doing this, cut it out now, draw the line. Because if the org leader is not telling him where the line is drawn, they will just do everything. You can't let the lowest common denominator dictate all this, because they'll run wild. The org leader needs to come down and goes, this doxing, we draw the line. If you may have his information, keep it to yourself. If you share it, you are out. Not only you're out, but then tell Star Citizen, tell CIG also. Unless the org leader is approving of this behavior. And if the org leader is condoning this, and if he's okay with it, then this entire CIG needs to examine this entire org and go, well, are you something that we want in this game? What do you offer us that we should keep you around in this game? And if the answer is nothing, then CIG should do something about it.
As well. It's just completely stupid. I mean, look, between like you and me, if there is a guy in LR that really hates you and doesn't talk about it, how the fuck should I know? Like, I have nothing publicly, you know what I mean? But I don't think there's anybody in LR who has a feud with you that would go to such lengths.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, must be somebody you know personally, probably. Or if it's hackers, then I guess they can find the information. I mean,
right? And then also, and then I hear a rumor that you guys are spitting on people at CitizenCon. Like, what's that? Is that true, or is that just bullshit?
I gotta slow this down. I want to hear this too.
That is, I think that's true.
What happened
But
there?
it's not us. It's not us.
Oh, it's not you guys.
She's a blood-sucking whore. Even worse, e-whore. Blood-sucking is fitting. Golem also sucked it. What? If this is what passes as acceptable conversation in their Discord, I mean, the community has rot. There's rot inside it, right?
Then who the fuck was
No,
it?
no, no. It is a guy from LR. It is a guy from LR.
So what happened
There
with
was
that?
like, that was too. Listen, this is a hearsay. I haven't really gone into too many details, but apparently 2 girls almost got at each other, right?
Oh.
From what I heard, and the spit was there like to cut it all out.
Oh.
Something like that.
Which girls are we talking about?
That's what I know. I think it's Gabby and girlfriend of Battery, I think.
Has this person been disciplined if they're an LR guy? Have they apologized for what they did?
I don't think so. There's a feud there going long. I am not interfering. I am not interfering.
You need to
Hello?
interfere.
Hey.
If there is some sort of feud happening, I'm assuming within his guys, as an org leader, there's lots of stuff which doesn't involve you, but you have to interfere because that's what leadership is supposed to be. There's a ton of bullshit happening in my org too. We have 20,000 members. There's bullshit every single day. One guy likes eating donuts. The other guy hates donuts. They're fighting. It doesn't affect me. But I have to go in and go, listen, guys, can't we just all be friends and just enjoy cupcakes instead? It's the job as an org leader to get involved in the bullshit that doesn't involve you to try and make everyone get along. Again, this might not be obvious. There is no course you take. When you start an org, you don't receive a pamphlet and go, here's the best practices for how to run an org. There's daily bullshit in Test Squadron, every single day. Some of it is really important. Some of it is less important. But I wake up in the morning and I start my second screen, and down the line, I just see DM, 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 DM. If there's like 5 or 6, I go, okay, it's not bad. If I see like 8 or 9 or 10 DMs with multiple messages, I go, oh God, something's happening. Something's happening. And I start going through, all right? And it'll be like, this guy said that. This person was rude to this person. This person says they like cats, but they don't like dogs and they're fighting. And you start going through it, okay? You start working down and go, well, I'll see what I can solve. And that's a lot of what running these groups are. And so if this is happening in his org, it's not involving me. It's not about me. You got to make it about you.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Thanks for taking my call. I'm obviously, I'm sure the guys have told you I'm just investigating some stuff. I've been hearing.
They've told me only things that I need to know, basically. So like,
which would be.
Oh, I hate these kind of meetings. No, this is important stuff. It's important, but I can just hear the tone already. It's like, do I have to sit here and have this meeting right now? No, Vertiz, DM me away. Look, if I don't respond, I see all the DMs, all right? But I understand in the morning I'm sipping my coffee and I'm going through DMs. I'll read them all. Like, I'll read your memes. If I do not respond, don't be offended. But I do go through them all and I appreciate it. I do appreciate every DM. I really do. Except Athy. Stop sending me stuff. I'm joking. Athy's fine too.
Then someone is making a bunch of memes about you, like hurtful memes, I guess, or like doxing type of thing, type of stuff. Is what I heard.
Right. So I mean, I should just probably tell you kind of where I'm coming from, so you understand.
Yeah.
You know, when I heard some stuff that happened at CitizenCon. I'm not completely in the loop I can only go based off of the stuff I know at the time. That's why I'm interviewing people, because I want, again, there's their truth, your truth, and then the real truth, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for here, right?
Yeah, Rue, I'm with you. Like org politics and stuff, I detest it. There used to be a lot of it early on. I like to think we're over most of it. I like to feel that ever since, we, like 2016, 2018 Citizen Cons, where you do meet people, it goes a long way when you meet someone in person. I'm hoping that org politics in Star Citizen go way far beyond what we're seeing here. Like, this is the worst of it, right? I'm hoping that the org relations in Star Citizen are a lot better than what we've seen in other games. And I think they will be. I mean, generally, we're also a lot older now. There's people coming from like Eve and go, I played Eve since I was 20. I'm now 50 years old and I'm tired of it. I think we have better places to go in Star Citizen. I think what I would like to see is good relations between the orgs with a very adult-like and mature understanding that we will fight each other in the game and smack talk in the game. But afterwards, we can sit down in a bar and have some drinks and just have a great time together in real life. Being able to differentiate between your game life and your real life is, this kind of balance, it's not easy, but it can be done. Look, it's frustrating as hell. If you've been working like 5 hours in the game and you mined asteroids and you're carrying all the resources somewhere and someone blew up, you're angry, you're mad. But there has to be a balance where like, okay, I'm mad, but it's just restrained to in the game.
So I saw some pictures, and the pictures were talking about how, I guess, you spit on Gabby. It was at Citizen Con. The pictures I saw, from my standpoint, told a very specific story of, somebody that took it.
Right, so the guys, what did you say? You spat on Gabby? The guy goes, So he's not denying it. So it did happen.
And there's their truth, your truth, and then the real truth, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for here, right? So
where was it?
What I'm looking
I got that
for
right.
Here, right?
Was
Again,
it?
there's their truth, the stuff I'm not completely in. I heard some stuff that happened at Citizen Con. I'm not completely in the loop. I can only go based off of the stuff I know at the time. That's why I'm interviewing people, because I want, again, there's their truth, your truth, and then the real truth, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for here, right? So I saw some pictures, and the pictures were talking about how, I guess, you spit on Gabby. It was at Citizen Con.
Buttery Pancakes, the response here was, no, that did not happen, or, I concur. I did that. So he just said, yeah, I heard you spat on Gabby. He goes, I'm trying to put myself in his head. Chat, have any of you spat on someone for no reason? Or he's going to tell his version? All right.
The pictures I saw, from my standpoint, told a very specific story of, somebody that took it a little too far and did something inappropriate. And people were kind of, not saying like, hey, you shouldn't do that. It was kind of like, hey, like, good on you. And that paints a pretty poor picture, right?
Tech, when I asked, has anyone ever spat on other people, I'm not talking about what you do with your girlfriend, okay?
Understandable, yeah.
So I want to know the context, right? Because from my standpoint, like, Gabby and I are friends. I think she's genuinely a good person. I know there's been a lot of stuff flying around about it. I know there's people having opinions on this and that, and I don't know the full context as to what happened with mental shock, what led up to him committing suicide, and then eventually what ended up, you having such strong feelings
friend committed
against
suicide?
her.
I had no idea.
So I just want you to take me through it, Tell it from your point of view so I understand the context here.
Okay, so basically, to start it all off,
what is this interview though? Is he under any obligation to speak to Avenger One about this issue at all? I don't understand. Is this going to be like one big giant confession? This is just weird.
We ended up starting an org together, right? It was me, Gabby, Shock, and a couple other friends.
3 strike.
And yeah, 3 strikes, which at first was totally kosher. Like everybody loved each other. It was all good. And then animosity started building up, but not towards each other. It was like towards the game. And no one hated each other. Like before all that shit happened, I was an advocate for Gabby, so I had her on my business. I was just like promoting her really, really well for Star Citizen. So I liked her. She was an amazing person until the incident. So the incident was, and it was a personal one for me, was my little brother came onto the Discord one day, and he was pleading for help. One of his friends wanted to commit suicide, and my brother, being young at the time, didn't know how to handle it.
I just want to pause and read here. The truth of what really happened with the little boy that night is that Buttery's little brother came to the 3... So Buttery and Gabs and one more person started their own org. Is that what I'm hearing? Avenger gets in trouble for this without the consent. Yeah, Phobos, I was curious about that. I mean, it's already 14,000 views. It's out. I was asking earlier, what are the laws regarding recording someone? I don't think that he told these guys that he's going to be recording the conversation and making a video about it. Are there any legal repercussions Avenger should be aware of for that? I don't know. I mean, depends on the state, but Avenger 1's in Canada. I don't think, Avenger 1's in Canada. I don't know if there's, I mean, they can, I don't know the laws regarding this, but I'm pretty sure they don't know that he was recording this and planning to make a video about it. It's one-party consent. Yeah, well, that's New York, right? I just doxed you. Guys, we all know where Smitty is. It's not for court, so it's fair use. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep. So there is a history. All right, this one's. It's not a random spitter. Apparently, Gabs and this guy had an org.
So he was outreaching, trying to ask for help on what he should do.
I mean,
well, this was like, yeah. So this was like, let's say 1, 2 in the morning, and I was passed out. I had just finished the photo shoot, so I was completely beat, and I went to bed. So a friend of mine, K9, is a very close friend to me, and he knows my family. I've known him for maybe 10 years now. So my little brother knows that he has Discord, and he can contact him through Discord. So my little brother didn't know how to use Discord at the time because he wasn't that into Discord and all that. He's more of a console player. So he finally got a hold of K9, but he did it through general chat. So he's asking K9. K9 was sitting in a group chat with Gabby and a bunch of her followers. And he was asking on the general chat, hey, my friend just sent me a goodbye note. I'm worried. What should I do? So K9 tried handling the situation. Gabby's followers were having mental breakdowns because someone was talking about committing suicide.
That's rough. And yeah, we have that too. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, in case you missed it, there's a lot of people come to games to escape reality. Whatever the situation is, there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of social anxieties, there's all kinds of anxieties. And at time, and especially around this time of year also, a lot of people are at their lowest. And you will get people saying, hey, I'm thinking of doing something bad. And just reaching out, if not even randomly, just messaging someone going, yeah, I'm, thinking things which are bad. And it's hard when it falls upon someone who doesn't know how to deal with it. Thankfully, in my org, there's a lot of veterans who have dealt with these kind of things and know what to do. Plus, the mods and stuff are generally pretty good with dealing with this kind of situations, and they come up more than I would like to even admit, but it comes up a lot.
So she was trying to handle that. Kana was trying to handle this. The guys in her chat were trying to tell my little brother things to do, but K9 yelled at them, like, leave it alone, let me handle it type of deal. One good thing they did was Jock at the time ended up making the general chat private, so no one else could see it but us. And which was a good idea, like perfect. So no one else could like tell my little brother to do something stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the process of them doing that, Gabby started deleting my little brother's messages for pleading for help. Like, right after the other, just started deleting them all. Because, in her words, were, this looks bad for the org.
Gabby's not wrong. You have your Discord going for your org. People are talking about spaceship paints and CCUs, and the server is having a 30K. And along comes someone and goes, hi, everyone, I'm dealing with a very serious thing here. Like, that doesn't belong in general chat. That goes private. So far, I'm not seeing anything wrong because this is not something we should be out public.
We shouldn't have this here.
What we do in test is the second we see something like that, post deleted, someone reach out and go, yep, private message, let's go. DMs. That's not a publicly discussed thing. That's a very sensitive issue.
It should put it in DMs, but
yeah.
I'm coming from my little brother's perspective now. What if it wasn't my little brother's friend that was committing suicide, but my little brother just outreaching for help? And then while he's outreaching, he sees all his messages of pleading like, oh, my friend sent a goodbye letter, like start getting deleted from Discord.
Do you feel like he was saying that he wanted to do that?
No. It was his actual friend. So the situation was his friend was legitimately that night going to commit suicide, and K9 ended up calling the police, calling everybody that he had to. He even found my number online because I run a business, and ended up finding my number and blasting me like just endless amounts of phone calls. Cops ended up going to the little boy's house and saving his life. So
okay.
the little kid
good
was saved that night, pretty much, from K9's efforts and my little brother providing the phone call or the phone number for the little boy and all that. So it was a legitimate reason why my brother's friend was going to commit suicide. So that's why my little brother was outreaching, because he had no idea like how to handle the situation, and he needed someone's help.
Okay.
So they did save the little boy that night. So thank God. The little kid hangs out every other weekend at my pad. So it's that's why I took it so personally, because I know the little boy, and it was
What's it taking personally that the message was deleted? I'm not following.
It was devastating, like hearing this in the morning when I missed it. But K9 helped, so I'm glad that he was able to help, and I'm glad that the little boy's still in my life.
So look, this individual sounded pretty normal to me here. And this is the guy that spat. Do you notice the difference between his persona in when we saw his text? He's like, I spat in her, haha, calling her names, versus when he's talking, he sounds normal here, right? I'm trying to follow. So he's upset that Gabby deleted the posts.
Okay, so help me understand this. So Gabby deleting some of these messages, was this after the situation had been...
No, this was during the situation was going on.
Okay, so was she impeding the communication between you and this kid? Like, to the point where like somebody would type something and then like after 30 seconds she'd get rid of it right away? Like, what was the context here?
She started from the very beginning. So when my brother was pleading for help, okay, and you could see all the messages started getting deleted from the top. So this is started just going like one by one from the top to the bottom. Okay, reaching to where they were at.
I understand, but this event was happening in real time, correct?
Yes, in real time,
right?
yeah.
And so the communication between K9 and your brother, that was still going on, correct?
Yes.
And you feel like she was doing that maliciously?
I mean, not maliciously, but pretty much you don't do that in that type of situation. And you could have at least waited for the conversation and everything to end because this is someone's life we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I was so mad about it is because it's my family. Like you're kind of hurting my family.
Your brother's friend.
This is misdirected anger. Gabby's just cleaning her Discord. She's going, this kind of talk about hurting yourself does not fit in our discussion. I am deleting it. He is mad because this is important. It's my family. You should not delete it. It's not his call. Unfortunately, Gabby is correct. That type of conversation in Discord should not probably be public. It should go right to the DMs. Is that what he's mad about?
Yeah.
And then, so from that point forward, you kind of had beef, I guess, with Gabby. Is that correct?
Yeah, because in her eyes, she was doing right for the image, but at the same time, I was like, man, this is someone's life you're playing with. Like, forget an image, forget all that. Like, this is why
this guy is not an org leader, and Gabby is the one running things. And as sad as it is, and look, this is very important stuff which is being posted. The truth of the matter is, some topics are not meant for public consumption. One of those is someone basically saying they're going to be hurting themselves. That is not something you want in your gaming scroll. It goes right to DMs. Talk it out in DMs. I'm not understanding why he's angry about that. That is, you go to CIG, right? Go to Spectrum right now and say that. They'll delete it too. I don't know any Discord to go, yeah, this is awesome content. We like this.
This is someone's life, and she wouldn't accept it. So ever since then, I was like, all right, you do you, I'll do me, and we'll leave it at that.
I guess.
Oh, there's so much misdirection here. Yeah, he's angry that the posts were taken down because it was important. What could have happened if it was deleted? No one took any action about it. I see what he's getting at. It's completely misdirected anger because in his mind, she did wrong, right? Gabby was deleting him, asking for help in real time. Yeah. I see the point. I see his point. But the thing is, again, it's not his... Oh, wait, he said he started the org with her, right? Was the three of them who started it? So he feels that she made a bad decision and went against his. Is that what it was?
When you're at CitizenCon, I guess the rumor is...
The kid did not accept DMs. All right. Now look. Okay. There is no 100% right, 100% wrong. Okay? Azur, new follower, welcome. This isn't a case of completely right, completely wrong. This is a case of Gabby saying, oh my God, like this type of stuff shouldn't be in here. And he is right also that his younger brother is posting his messages, trying to get help. He doesn't know how to use DMs, and he's posting it up. It's not clear cut. It's not clear cut. There's a gray area. So the fact that the post did go up and was seen and someone took care of it, it's good. But the fact that the kid didn't know how to use DMs maybe and didn't realize that the DMs are going up and didn't know how to use it, understandable also. Thank goodness nothing bad happened. But this isn't a case of you were wrong in doing this and I am right. It's not black and white in this case. So, I'll give the 75% right to Gabby, 25% right in this guy. He's not completely wrong.
What I can understand is you were with your girlfriend, I guess, at the time? And
yes, it was.
Yeah. Just walk me through what happened. Just walk me through it.
Okay.
Because there's three different fucking stories. Like, just walk me through what happened from
Yeah, I know. You're getting the whole telephone.
Yeah, that's why I want to go straight.
Messages.
You know what I mean? Like,
so
cut the bullshit.
pretty much what happened was I noticed Gabby outside of the bar. So I was walking up to her to go talk to her. I was gonna make it the cordial, like, we're gonna end this here type of communication. Like, I want nothing to do with you. You want nothing to do with me. We're going our separate ways. Because prior she was DMing me. I did a memorial thing for Shock, and instead of like her taking it to heart and like, oh, it was beautiful, she ended up DMing me complaining about wrong dates and this and that, and that it doesn't seem like I care, but I've known Shock fucking about 4 years before she came into the picture. No, that's a whole different story though. So anyways, I was gonna talk to her and like kind of.
We're wrong about Buttery Pancakes. Buttery Pancakes is an emotional, caring person. Buttery Pancakes is okay. Just misdirected anger and energy. And he's the kind of person that can't be salvaged. He's caring about a lot of stuff, but he's getting angry about stuff which is out of his control, and he's misdirecting that anger.
Wash it. And when I walked up to her, she looked at me. and she completely gave me the cold shoulder and walked away. So, me being the LA person, and like I got mad, I got heated. Everybody's saying that I spat on her. What I did is I spat on the floor in front of her. So a sign of disrespect, like fucking. Give me the cold shoulder,
Still weird,
and took it. And she like locked eyes with me, and then she completely just blew me off and went away. I was like, all right, so I spat on the floor in front of her foot.
Listen to me speak. He's not some loony bins. He's emotional. He cares deeply, but he's transferring that into misdirecting it all into just pure rage and just doing what he's doing, right?
Okay.
So that's what I did. Spat on the floor in front of her foot, but spit. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, they spat on her." So
yeah.
So that's what happened. I was like, I got disrespected right there and then. So I was like, all right, we're gonna end it like this. So I spat on the floor and I walked away. I was like, my girl, on the other hand, from the situation, she just wanted to fight. So it could have been a full blown fight with girl on girl, but I pulled her away and I made sure that no one's night was ruined because you don't want to do that in public.
He's there with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend wants to fight her. I gotta play that back. I don't understand.
Could have been a full blown fight from the situation. She on the floor and I walked away. I was like, my girl, on the other hand, from the situation, she just wanted to fight.
Wants to fight her.
It could have been a full blown fight with girl on girl, but I pulled her away and I made sure that no one's night was ruined because you don't want to do that in public. Like,
what a gentleman!
There's a time and place.
You avoided a fist fight between two girls.
And she was more mad at the situation with my little brother, and then her doing that, like locking eyes with us and then turning away and giving us the cold shoulder.
It's so tough. I think we definitely have a lot more insight into the individuals involved here. We've gone from complete idiot to this guy's. He's caring. He's emotional. He's upset, and he's acting out in ways which are typically not acceptable, right? Yeah, spitting is weird. I guess it's his way of dealing with it. Conflict resolution is tough for some people. Listen, it's difficult.
So that's what she was like extremely pissed off about, and we're more of a respect kind of people. When if you're gonna show us that kind of disrespect, then we're gonna show you that kind of disrespect.
But you're taking her just locking eyes and looking away from you as the kind of disrespect. You're just like, okay, so please give me context of what am I looking at here?
1 second.
Have you ever doxed anybody? Has that ever been a thing you've done?
No. I don't know who the hell this is. I know who Shock is, but doxing someone, no.
Is this a fabricated image? Do you suspect this as being fake?
I mean, yeah, when was this taken? 2012 and 22?
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of a confessional here. Why is he confessing this to Avenger 1? I don't understand. He's admitting, yeah, I spat on her, and he's explaining why as if it's justified. I'm showing that I don't respect by spitting on the ground in front of her. That's all kind of weird. But also, I mean, this has no place at CitizenCon. The weirdness level on this is pretty high. It's pretty high. It's overall a whole bunch of bad behavior. The unfortunate truth is a lot of adults don't know how to behave like adults. And there's a lot of it. There's a lot of weirdness, guys. Look around you. The person who posted above you is a weirdo. The person posting below you is even weirder. Bunch of weirdos. It's everywhere.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't. I don't know. I've never doxed anyone, so no, I can't tell you can't give you a real answer about this one. This is, like I said, I'm really good with Photoshop, and I can make anything look legit. So.
Can you explain this one? And do you know the context as to what scripts he's talking about?
Chat, 0 scripts. Unless they're talking about the situation that you were dealing with. Remember the Night City?
Yeah.
So back in the day, I was just like you, trying to figure it out. and it wasn't necessarily scripting. What I was doing is I was trying to figure out who was doing it to upload it to SIG to like send it in. And I had a folder on my desktop for a while, like with names, pictures, and different people's names in a folder. So I don't know
if people you suspected of cheating.
Yeah.
Do you have that folder?
I do not. Since you uploaded it and I sent it to SIG, I deleted pretty much everything of it. But I was in the process of trying to like figure out. I had a whole bunch of links referring to like different names that you can see in like MFDs and stuff like that. And if he's talking about that, then that's the only thing that I can know of being anywhere close to like cheats and shit. Because I love Star Citizen, and seeing that like truly pissed me off. And I was like, oh, I gotta find all these people. But other than that, I mean,
yeah, I mean, cheating is. I mean, that's a pretty.
Look, he sounds pretty excited to speak to Avenger 1 here. He seems very happy to speak with him. And if I just dropped into conversation now randomly without knowing anything about this before, that sounds like a normal conversation between two people. Right? We're all crazy here. We'd be spending $100 on spaceships. I'm laughing, but I'm crying on the inside.
Yeah, especially in an alpha, it's like,
yeah, if there's one thing that'll galvanize an entire community, it's cheaters. I mean, nobody likes them.
But yeah, that's the only thing that I could think of this.
Because this is claiming that you doxed somebody, and this is from Shock. Shock saying that you took it as a threat, that you guys had a fight. Like, what's the context there? Did you guys have a falling out?
We had a falling out, but I didn't have a falling out with Shock.
Why did he have a falling out with you then?
Unless he's talking about the doxing being me having his address. But the thing is, he sent me packages, so of course I would have his address. But that's the only thing I could think
Where's this going?
Because I don't think I've ever threatened anybody with doxing.
And you would never do that?
I would only do it if someone threatened doxing me or like threatened my family type of shit. Unless that's what they're getting at. But
do you feel like someone's threatened your family?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, no one.
Yeah, but in your judgment, is this screenshot I'm looking at, is this fabricated or is this something that happened? That's all I want to know. Because if this is I mean, you know, right? Because if this is a bogus screenshot, then I can at least identify what information is misinformation and what information may be more legitimate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a bogus image?
It seems more just bad behavior. You know, some people just don't behave well in public. And this is just a simple case of that. That's all it is. It's a personal beef. Yeah. Icaro! You missed earlier, Icaro. I'm pretty sure we heard your voice, Icaro. You missed it.
100% this could be a bogus image, but like I said, I don't have the DMs. Like a lot of people can make a lot. Like take me for example. I can make me and you talking right now and screenshot this and make it look like we're going at it like super hardcore about things. Like being in the profession of where I'm sitting at with Photoshop and all that, you can make an image look as real as possible.
Being in the profession he's in, he can use Photoshop to make anything look legit. Sounds like a threat.
So
yeah. All right, well, keep memeing away, dude.
All right, muchacho. Just know, no animosity towards you or your Avenger guys.
So, weren't they just slamming Avenger 1 and now saying no animosity, we're cool? You don't get to grief and slam and attack and make memes about someone, and then when you talk to them, go, no animosity, man, we're cool. It's not your call, right? If you've harassed them and then you meet them and go, no, man, we're cool. That's for Avenger 1 to decide if he's cool. You know, like, no, man, we're not cool. They put up like funny memes making fun of him, calling him lame, and they go, no, man, just so you know, no animosity, I mean, we're cool. Like, no, man. That's not how it works. You don't get to make that call.
After the conversation with Buttery, I couldn't help but feel like he was hiding so much from me. I knew that he was lying to me because he was in the room when the doxing was going on about my personal information with the rest of his friends. So there was some context there that was missing. When I confronted him about the screenshots that Mental Shock had and about the fact that he's been cheating and scripting, he went completely silent for so long I've had to edit that section out of the video. He also claims that he spit beside Gabby and not on her, but yet clearly in the picture, when he originally posted it, he says very clearly that he spit on her, and yet the story's changed multiple times.
How about not spitting
Don't forget,
at all?
This is the same man who claimed to do deepfakes, or was wanting to do deepfakes. If he's hiding something, I couldn't get it out of him, but what I felt from that conversation was that something was going on. There was some narrative being spun, and I was going to get to the bottom of it. And the only way to do that was to go right back into the lion's den and sit down with LR leadership and confront them on some things I had seen from these internal leakers that had been coming to me. Was I being manipulated by people outside? Or was something malicious going on? I know me and you spoke about some of that stuff going on yesterday, you know.
Oh, God, I feel this. The hours spent talking. Oh. The fact that this video is 1 hour, 20 minutes long, and the amount of recording and footage and meetings and voice meetings and screenshots, I can't imagine. Oh, God, Avenger 1, how's he doing that? How's he do it? I had the mods in tests message me. They goes, yo, like we want to change permissions on Discord, you know, and move a no, I'm not having the meeting. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. Julius, welcome, new follower. This is a lot of work. Like these meetings and the screenshots and the voice. Oh my God. I don't know how Avenger 1 did this.
And I don't know what's going on internally with you guys, but, you know, I'm getting conflicting stories from what's going on with the Gabby situation. Do you guys have any information about that?
What's up, Mr.
I've
Gasket?
only
Welcome
like
to the drama.
overheard what happened, but that's...
It is a lot of bullshit.
Again, that's not in our hands. We can't control what people are doing on another part of the world.
Yeah, look, it's necessary bullshit, though. This needs to be... I hate that Avenger 1 had to spend, I don't know how many days on this. I understand that... I mean, I don't know Avenger 1 personally, but this whole thing probably bugged him so much that he felt he needed to put this together. An hour 20 video of these conversations, never mind the editing it took to put it together. I'm willing to say he spent the last 3 weeks on this. This is 3 weeks of your life, right? I go insane when my mods call me and go, yo, we want to change permissions on the channel from push to talk to voice activation, and that's a 5-hour meeting. I go nuts. I can't imagine this.
When we're not even there, like, regardless of what it was, right?
But you don't condone what happened, is what I'm saying.
No. I mean, why would we? But again, we cannot control anything that happens outside of our boundaries within the game, you know?
Well, I mean, sure. But I mean, if it was one of my guys that did that, I'd be a little upset too. I'd be like, what the hell, dude?
Well, yeah, but Azur is not who said that we are not reacting to it or we haven't spoken with him, but they have a long history.
Because the truth is, like, Gabby's my friend, and she was pretty ripped up about it. She was pretty pissed off.
Well, look.
I mean, if someone, like I said, I was saying, if someone's scared of me, I'm pissed off too, right?
I know, but listen.
Because I get more screenshots today.
You have.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but talking about this particular situation, which I really don't want to get involved, is like there's a person who was in LR together with Gabby.
As the org leader, you have to be involved. You have to say, this is unacceptable. If these guys want LR to be a legit org in this game and survive over the next year, you have to lay down the line. You go, this is acceptable behavior. This is not acceptable. And like, it's so weird that you have to explain to people, but it's true. You have to outline exactly. Like, hey guys, doxing, bad. Sexual memes about some streamers, bad. You know, far-right fascist imagery on memes, bad. You can do that. You can tell your org how you want things to run. There will be people who disagree. It's fine. People will say, no, I'm out of here. They're free to go. I've had this many times too, and I'm fortunate how it works. You go, this is how I want things done in my org. I want to surround myself with people I want to hang out with. And not everyone is going to agree with me about how I want things. And if you don't like the way things are done, there's plenty of other orgs to go. Go start on your own org. It's fine. There's no problem at all. Yeah, that's tough.
Who killed himself? Mental shock.
Oh, I know that.
So he was, man. Yeah, I know, Azur. Like, it's fucked up. So he was Battery's friend, right? They have a beef, bro. Like, what do we do with that, right? If he did something more to Gabby,
so wait, this is Icaro. Icaro, are you still in here? Icaro, tell me this is not you. Amigo, are you in here? This is Icaro's voice.
It's sue his ass, right? So he has to, deal with the consequences. You know what I mean? But what am I supposed to do? If you really want to know, as a friend, you can directly reach out to Battery. He's a mod on Academy. He's a very open guy, and he's like.
Because this is an internal LR issue at this point. I don't think they need Avenger 1 lecturing them on what they must do and not do. This is a very simple message from a CIG representative saying, your org has been accused of or is doing something bad. Correct this behavior or your org will be disbanded. You have 3 warnings or something. That's it. It doesn't have to be, a 10-hour conversation.
The last guy I would think of doing something aggressively or illegally or whatever, really. So, if you really want to know,
I would like to speak to him, to be honest. Because
you reach out to him, please, because I don't want to.
It has to be solved on a one-to-one basis.
So, if you want to make sure you know all the information, reach out to him, see what he's going to respond, because he was the one who actually mentioned that. He didn't hide the fact that he did it, right? So, I'm just saying, fucked up. Listen to the story if you really want to know, but we are really not involved in that shit.
Avenger 1 is not the voice of reason here to lecture them on what they must do. For them to sit there and for him to lecture, something bad happened to my friend, is he explained to them what they must do in this matter? It's not his place. I would assume that the org leaders themselves have enough sense to go, well, we can see this is probably not good. Or do they?
As far as you know, Buggy / Pancakes has never done anything either when it comes to running scripts or anything like that.
Right.
No, to our knowledge, no.
But again, he goes, do you condone this doxing? No, we don't know anything about it. It wasn't us. I spoke about that in the beginning, how the org leaders feel we're not responsible for what other people in our org do. And while that may be true, you do have to at least steer your org in the direction where it goes, this bad thing happened by a member of my org. I am taking action against it. Oh, this person doxed you? I'm taking action against it. You have to do something against it. You can't just sit back and go, out of my hands.
Okay. So when someone sends me something like this, can you give me some context here?
Let's see.
Dude, that guy is the biggest bullshitter on the internet.
Buggy?
Yeah, he posts shit on Reddit where he edits CIG pictures and had some renders a new camo and some shit.
Oh my god!
And writes just for $2.99, and then watches how people respond on Reddit thinking of buying and raging that they cannot buy.
His Facebook groups, you don't know about them? He has
he's a meme lord.
He's really trolling.
Okay. And one final thing.
Man, somebody really.
Yeah, I understand that. Look, I understand that AVS and LR have had our differences. Okay, and I have been stream sniped by different organizations. As far as you guys know, LR has never engaged in stream sniping operations or anything like that ever, correct?
I mean, what do you mean by that? We just play the game.
Like using alts when I'm live streaming to set me up and go after me for propaganda purposes.
So
I don't think so. We play with mains.
Right, because I know that there've been other organizations who've done it to me, and it's been frustrating because I'm trying to track down alt accounts, and I'm like, who's who? You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure you can find your old logs when you're being attacked by members of LR.
I don't think Avenger 1 is going to make any legal stink about this. Look, what Avenger 1 did here is right. He goes, I'm just going to talk to these guys straight up. I'm going to speak to the source, right? He goes, hey, I've got screenshots of doxing. You guys say you know my salary, you know where I work, cut it out. And that's essentially where it's going to go. It's stop doing it. I've asked you. It's up to the org leaders now to basically say, all right, we will enforce that. Or if they like it, if this call ended, Avenger 1 is out and just those two guys left in chat and they go, wow, what a douchebag, he's so funny, blah, we haven't scared. If that's the attitude, CIG needs to do something about that then. I mean, how far can you push it as far as what an org does in this game? And I think we're pretty much at the limits for how far you can go to the wrong direction.
They're all on their real account. Okay. They don't hide.
Yeah. So when someone sends me this, I need some context for this.
Wait, I need a vision. Discord. Okay, so that's LRPD.
We were looking at AVS goals: arrest for impersonating officer. What?
Think that's out of context, out of LRPD.
Okay, can you explain this as well?
So that's their own little trolling org. They basically what they do. I'm sure you've seen one of my videos a long time ago, actually, where they basically try to capture people and then send them to jail, and it's done for funsies. It's not intended to kind of be harmful. Personally, I don't even know what they're talking about because it's.
If he combat logs, it's just a delicious considering it's a 1L propaganda material. Creating a sting would be with alts. Where they would set up an event after X time and get CPs to sting them, operators, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it looks pretty clear to me, man.
Yeah.
So you're telling me these
I didn't read that. Let me explain.
What's the context here?
No. So that's just people talking. We never have attacked you especially like in PU or any of the sort. Like I don't really understand where that is coming from, other than just talking, just to talk. You know what I mean?
So it's all talk.
It's all talk. Have you ever been engaged in the? I mean, I'm sure you have, but in the PU or
not directly by LR people in that sense, but I don't know who's LR and who's not, considering everyone's running alts.
Well, did you get attacked by a blue with distortions?
Right.
You haven't.
It might have been them, yeah. If it was a blue with distortions, well,
That's them. And then you out to fly the VTOL. That's
Who's them?
That could be people from the
LRPD. That's
LRPD.
who they are. It's classified, man. Opsic, come on.
This is just talk.
But we don't condone it. Like we just let them play. Like we're not policing our people, you know. Like in terms of
well, that seems a bit a bit unfair, because that means that they can just go off.
So you're saying we're not policing our people; they can do what they like. Again, it's lack of we are the org leaders, but we don't tell people what to do. That's the disconnect here. And I told you about my Disco Lando moment. I had the same thing where like I'm running tests. I'm not responsible for what they may do, but at the end of the day, it does fall on you. At that point, right? Because somebody in test does something, go, oh, this person's padramming out. Like you're gonna take action, but they're saying it's out of our hands. You know, they want to do stuff. It's nothing. Well, if they want to be in your org, if they want to be in your group, then there should be some sort of guidelines rather than a free for all. If you want to be any kind of legitimate, well, it's a thing. They don't want to be a legitimate group. They just want to be whatever. CIG needs to lock this down. CIG needs to be more active with their actual orgs, and this shouldn't be up to Avenger 1 to spend 5,000 hours sorting the stuff out.
And do whatever they want. You can't have any responsibility for it. Because I asked yesterday.
No. Because they don't do it, bro. They don't do it. They don't do that.
They just play. It's in a very cheerful way. Like they don't really try to aggravate people. Like it's just gameplay, dude. Like how can you inhibit gameplay?
This is the whole griefing is just the gameplay. If I grief you, it's just part of the game. I don't care if it makes you angry. Who cares? It's just the game argument, right?
Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's not with malicious intent. It's just them playing.
Malicious intent depends. Are you ruining someone else's day? Are you stream sniping them? It's not game. Well, it's gameplay, right? You can do what you like. It's the game.
And I mean, I've taken part of that once or twice, and then made a video about it. But as you can see in the video, it's just random fun.
So they going to the PU? And that's.
I think again the whole what is fun versus not fun for other people argument here.
That's all it is. It would never go farther than that, correct?
From my understanding, yeah.
Okay.
But then again, I don't actively police them, or we actively police
them. So then who does?
Nobody.
Yeah, this is what I'm getting at. Why should we police them? We aren't in control of them. They can do what they like. They're in the org, but they have their own group to do what they like. Like we're not the boss of them. And so whatever they do, that no one bears responsibility because we're not their boss. And for the most part, they're right. I mean, it's just a bunch of people coming together. You click join in some org and you go do whatever you want to do with no repercussions. That's technically correct. This falls on CIG to decide. If you join an org and you commit certain atrocities in the game, is the org leader responsible, or should they be responsible, or should they have something to say? Yeah, they should. Not that you are responsible for it, but if someone in test does something bad in the game, they'll go, okay, that's not allowed, you're out. There's repercussions. If you're doing things with zero repercussions, then don't be in an org. Just be an orgless person then.
Like, our people are reasonable. Like, they don't go like what are you trying to get with this? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? What kind of answer you want?
I just want the truth, because I don't understand the context here. It looks to me like it's pretty obvious that you guys are coming after me, because I've had a lot of issues in the past, and LR's got a lot of reasons.
Dude, part of the game. Talking to talk, dude.
This is again out of context. Stolen information.
Okay.
From a segment of a private Discord, which is also to be mentioned here. This is not public Discord. This is a closed Discord, and somebody is taking going through your trash behind the house and coming up with whatever. Right?
But trust me, man. Like, if we ever went after you, you would know exactly that's us. Like, you would notice immediately. Like, it's you understand? Like, there's no reason to do this like under the table. Just I don't know.
Okay. So when somebody sends me this, and Hiba, you told me yesterday that nobody would ever dox, and yet they're saying that there's a history of this behavior in
LR this is from Shock.
Through Buttery.
The way I took something he said, took something direct to the family when it came out. Drama level too high.
So what is going on here,
guy. I don't know what is going on, but this is 25th, 23rd, 5th, 2022, bro. Like, these guys are not part of LR at that time.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
They are not part of LR. This is like May 2022. That's like more than a year and a half ago, bro.
Yeah, I can comment on this.
Wait, I can forgive Barry.
You have to read everything.
It sounds like the issue is like there's people who were in the org, not in the org. They can't control what they say. It's essentially when you join the org, what is expected, what are the limits? And when the org has no limits at all, and the community in the org itself is openly encouraging certain types of behavior. How long does this go on for? Just go forward a bit. Let's move forward.
You want to explain this?
I mean, bro.
Just a joke.
But
you want to explain
the
this?
question.
Okay, so now he's showing them messages from Discord and the guy's saying it's a joke. Okay.
A meme again. A private, I might add.
Okay.
But not a public one.
Really?
So
Because people are posting them in other public areas.
Listen,
I don't find that funny, man.
Listen, no. This is extremely funny, man. And I find it surprising that you don't find it funny.
All right, so basically there's memes and stuff being posted about Avenger 1 in their Discord, and Avenger 1 doesn't like it. I don't know, that's... Damn. The amount of bad things posted about me in other Discords, if I had to go around and start complaining about all the bad things written about me and start approaching people, wow, I don't know if I had a life left. I can understand the frustration, how it sucks to have people bashing you and making funny memes about you. But saying, look what I found on your Discord, how do you explain this? Right? People love to hate, though. Yeah, I don't know if I would have any life if I just went and collected all the bad things said about me in other Discords and approached the Discord owner and go, hey guys, can you explain why you guys are saying this about me? How dare you? It's their Discord. They're gonna bash you. I get bashed in tons of Discords. I get a lot of hate, and it's unfortunate. It's I mean, I don't think I deserve it. I think I'm nice enough. But hate does bind communities. Communities need something to come together around, and nothing brings a community together more than hating on something in common. And I'm an easy target for all of these other orgs. They go, what, Montoya, the biggest org, enemy number one. I get that a lot. I can't go into all these other, I get these screenshots all the time. I go, look at what these people are saying about you. And it'll be some kind of stupid meme, it's bashing me like, well, what must I do? Okay, I guess. And then get over it. It's tough to get over, man. Look, it does hurt. Sometimes it hurts. I mean, this one thing said that my arms were only 12 inches, and it's not true. My arms are bigger than 12 inches. I took that very personally. Another comment said that I was not very handsome, and that upsets me a lot.
This was done without my knowledge, and listen, man, it's funny.
Okay, that's your
position.
Meme.
Yeah.
It is a meme, because this is a picture. Before that picture, you see how open your mouth is?
There was something else. Don't worry about it.
There was something else.
Listen, there's plenty of things you don't see. We make fun of each other. We make fun of other people. It's not with the intention of making others upset. You just have to deal with it.
Right, Rue, you hit on a good point. The org targets people that creates more hatred, suppresses gameplay to real life. Right. That's where I draw the line. I think some good poking at people for fun. Like if I go into test right now and I go, Avenger 1 sucks, it's not because I think he really sucks. It's just because you want to generate some action there, right? When other orgs put stuff up about me, like saying how horrible something I did or horrible I am, I get that, but then there'll be people who say, oh my God, this must be true. And people start freaking out about it. And when that goes over into real life, then it gets bad. I get it. Yeah, so that is a problem.
It's just a meme, right? Why should I be upset of pictures like that? Because there's plenty of more like that, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, you can't police other people's Discords. If they're making funny memes and attacking you in their Discord just to get everyone riled up, that's one thing. But if they're attacking you and getting everyone riled up on the Discord to go attack you over social media, you got to draw the line. That's where the line should be drawn. Like, keep it within your community in Discord, fine. When it leaks outside the community, that's a bit different.
Okay, well, I think I've heard enough.
Yeah, man, I don't know why you're so upset to us. Like, it really makes no sense.
I don't know why you're so upset. Why are you mad? I guarantee whoever's talking here, this guy, if he had people attacking him, he would be freaking the fuck out. He'd be losing his mind. Why are you guys making fun of me? I don't deserve that. If you can dish it out, right? Guaranteed, this guy talking here, if he was the one being attacked, he'd be losing his mind. Just a game, bro. Just funny.
Just, you know, it's just...
This is again from a private Discord.
You know, it's okay, maybe from a private Discord, but it's showing up in places that aren't private, right? So to me, it's like, I mean, you want to have your fun, that's fine. You want to not take responsibility for anything, that's fine. But it's just,
no,
you know, there are points that listen.
It's not that we're not taking responsibility. It's just that it's a meme. How can we censor a meme, dude? Like, and it's making fun of me and you, but me too. Like, I mean, there's plenty. Like, it's just aggravating, man. Like, it makes no sense. Like, why would you get caught up on that? Like, there's plenty of worse memes around in the world, and people don't make a fuss of it. It's just a meme, dude.
This guy would break down in a mental break. He would be crying in a puddle of his piss if someone made something attacking him. You can hear it in his voice. He loves to dish it out, but he cannot take it. Guaranteed. You can hear it.
All right. Thanks for the call, boys.
Listen, can I tell you one last thing in a good closing note? Don't trash talk us, and you're not gonna have problems with us. Not that if you were to trash.
There you go. Listen, I want to end off on a good note. We can trash talk you, and you gotta take it. But don't trash talk us, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Talk us. You would have problems with us. You may or may not, but like.
Is that a threat?
If there's no, dude, come on, dude. This is a video game.
So you would never go outside of the game, correct?
No, I would never go outside of the game. Why would I ever go outside of the game? Like, I have my life. You have your life.
Okay.
Like,
but what if your life got posted in public?
Well, that's not my problem, you know.
It's not your problem.
Of course not.
It's not happening to me, so what's the big deal? You're getting doxxed. We're making fun of memes of you. Just a meme, bro. Get over it. Just don't trash talk us. You see, absolutely, 100%. Even before you said it, I called it before you said it.
My life or your life? What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, what if someone posted your personal information in a public space? What if someone doxed the shit out of you?
Wrong. That's
wrong, right?
Wrong.
And if you
100%.
knew about that and did nothing about it, what would that make you?
What do you mean?
If you knew about that behavior was going on within LR,
There's such a disconnect. It comes down to empathy. Okay, I'm not going to assume the mental state or where they're on a spectrum, but it's very common in a lot of gamers to be on a part of a spectrum where empathy is difficult. They don't understand. They find it difficult to put themselves in a position like, I'm doing this to you. It's fine, but don't do it to me, man. Because they don't put themselves, they can't reverse it in their heads. They can't flip it around and go, if this was done to me, how would I feel? Right?
Do anything about it.
About my life? Or anyone's life, actually.
Of course we would do anything about it if our people doxed somebody.
Yeah, are you crazy? What are you even asking? Like, our gameplay stays within the game.
It doesn't make sense to him. He's having trouble understanding. Like Avengers saying, hey, if all the stuff you are doing to me, I did to you, how would you feel? He goes, what do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's insane. What do you mean if it was done to me? That's insane. Okay, there's no... Do you see the disconnect? He's not getting it. Like, why on earth would anyone do that to me? That makes no sense.
We don't go outside of the game, ever.
Also, I want to just add something. You can trash talk. Trash talk is good.
Wait up. Come on, Myra.
No. The trash talking is not the same as accusations of something greater. That's not trash talk, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Like when you say this guy's on steroids, that's why he's winning all the races. That's not trash talk.
Right.
When you say he sucks, blah blah blah, he's a pussy. That's a trash talk.
Yeah, you can say that. That's true.
Okay, well, we can agree to disagree on some of these points, but you know, if you ever hear anything that goes outside the game, you let me know.
Of course. Remember,
I'm surprised they had this meeting and sat through this. I mean, it's a lot of just Avenger 1 trying to lecture them on how to be normal human beings. And them, I don't think they care. It's not like he taught them a lesson.
Pretty much.
dude, like when you show us like the chats, it's really difficult for us at the moment to come up with a counter. Do you understand that? Like this is stuff that's been said a very long time ago, and it's really hard to show you things.
This ABS one was posted in 2023. In May.
Yeah. That's a meme. That's a meme, dude. Come on.
This is a video that should have been sent to other org leaders like you, Montoya, and to CIG, but I don't think the entire internet needed to see it. Am I wrong? Yeah, Snowslinger. No, first of all, this video doesn't have to send to me. There's nothing I'm learning here which is new. There's nothing new here at all. Yeah, so we covered this briefly, but the actual legal ramifications. Can you record someone and make videos about it? I don't know. It's I mean, Avenger 1 wants to get this out. He goes, this needs to be seen. And I think CIG does need a wake-up call to realize that there are individuals and orgs out there which need a bit of guidance, as opposed to, I'm going to create an org in Star Citizen and do whatever the hell I want. Like, there needs to be, like, you create an org, here are the guidelines, and here are the limitations to it. I agree that I will not dox, attack, harass, smack talk, whatever. Give a list of what's expected when you make an org. And if you click agree, create the org. That's how I think they should do it. If you break into those things, org disbanded.
Well, I'm just asking. Because if they start...
Yeah, it's a meme. It's a meme, but again, posted in our locker room, bro. Like, it's really private information. And, take it as you will, but like there's memes of Azure as well. So it's a joke. But again, you can't accuse us of something if like we have a poster in our house, in our locked room, right? And somebody comes in and quickly takes a picture and goes and says, this is what they do. When did we do it? Like, did we post this shit somewhere? No, we didn't. And if you have a proof that it's posted in public, please let us know. Because we made sure they all understand that shit never leaves our Discord.
Yes, exactly.
Which means I don't ban a guy for making a meme, because we allow them to meme ourselves, right? To create a...
So basically saying you can do whatever you like because it's private, no one should see it. They're concerned about the internal security now, not the fact of what they were doing. And he's not wrong. I mean, it's your private Discord. You can dictate what you like in it.
Atmosphere in the team. But that doesn't leave our house. If it did leave our house, please let us know. And that will be dealt with.
If information is leaked from our Discord and you find it, contact us and we'll take care of it. We'll take care of the leak. Not they're going to stop the creation of the disgusting memes or the demeaning content. They want to stop the guy that's leaking it, not the guys who are making it. Fair enough. I mean, that's what they call.
But A+.
We will not stand for our disgusting content being leaked. We'll find the leaker of our content and take care of it. If our content is leaked to you, let us know. And we will take care of whoever's leaking the information to you.
With black names, that's our Discord. Battery with this El Battery de Paquino, whatever the fuck you read this. That's also our Discord.
Right.
Okay, thank you for your conversation, guys. And I'll...
Look, it's their Discord. I mean, if this is the content they want, then that's fine. You can't dictate to them what they want to have in their Discord, right? But they're mad at the person leaking, not the content itself.
Thank you, man. Yep.
Thank you for reaching out.
Bye.
Thank you. This is a wonderful conversation. Thank you. Soon as Avenger 1 logged out, they're like, yeah, that motherfucker. What a dork. Let's make a meme about it.
They say there's always three sides to a story. Your side, their side, and the truth. So I sat back down and spoke with Gabby, and I got her to explain her side of the story. What happened with Mental, what happened with LR, and if any of this makes sense. I leave the decision up to you, the viewer, to decide what really is going on. It's not my place to judge or decide who's right or wrong, because all I can do is give you the information I have and let you decide.
For like 1 year and a half or 1 year, like trying to put up with his mental breakdowns and like trying to get him to find a therapist and help. And like I tried so many things. None of them did anything. I was the only one. And it was like affecting my mental a lot. Like trying so hard to fix him, like really broke me down.
No, poor girl.
Do you feel like
she sounds like she's crying here. There is a lot of when you run a community, when you create a community and you become the leader or important in the community, it's not all roses and everyone praising about how amazing you are, right, guys? It's the part where you start praising me for saying I'm amazing. Say I'm amazing, chat. Nobody said anything nice about me all day. God damn. There's a lot of mental stress to running an org. Other people's problems become your problems. And I know maybe it's stupid it doesn't make sense to a lot of you. I am assing. God damn it, Vikram. Org leaders are under stress, not from the game stuff, but they do carry a weight on them. And I hear Gabby's voice here, and I understand exactly what's happening right away. There'll be people in your group, in your corp, in your guild, in your organization that are going through stuff, be it divorce, loss of a loved one, loss of an animal. Your cat died, your dog died, loss of a friendship, moving away from family, lost a job. There's always something. It never ends. There's always something. And some people just message you, go, yo, I'm sad, I lost my job and I don't know what's going to happen. And rent's due and I don't know what's to happen. Like, oh shit, like it's bad. There's always stuff happening. My dog who was with me for 21 years just died. I'm so distraught. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to speak to. I'm messaging you because, you're just online and I just felt I got to talk to someone. And you can't block these people. You can't say, no, don't speak to me about your dog. Oh, too bad, lost your job. That sucks. You talk. And I don't want to say it's never, I guess the more people you have in the org, the more of it is. But there's a lot of it. And you can't dismiss it because person's dog dying, well, you don't know them or their dog, it's important to them. And you want to say, I'm so sorry to hear it. I had a dog too, and it reminds you about the time your animal died. And there's always stuff happening. And these org leaders, doesn't matter if it's a 10-man, 100-man, or 1,000-man org, you get hit by that stuff a lot. And so in Gabby's case here, she's got someone who unalived themselves, apparently. And I don't know what her mental state is, but it doesn't sound good. And this is a lot of weight to carry.
Like the environment that he was in negatively affected him?
Of course.
No, Avenger 1 runs is it Avenger Squad? I forget his org name. It's called Avenger something, right? Gabby has her own thing. They're not connected. They met at CitizenCon. I'm not sure if they had if they met each other before that.
Like, apparently, like he wasn't happy at work. Well, that's one. And I was trying to get him to quit and find another job because, trying to make someone quit is not the best. But he was always
the music. Yeah. Avenger 1 does push does tug at the emotional heartstrings on this. He's done that before where he puts on like sad music and stuff. That's just, it's expected from his videos. But it works here, right?
Complaining that they were treating him like trash.
He was complaining about that?
Yeah, he was always so miserable about his work environment. I was forcing him to quit and find another job. And he actually started putting some, he started sending some stuff to other jobs and stuff. And he was like, well, they don't pay so well, blah, blah. And like, he applied for other jobs, but I told him like, just quit. And like, just take like a few weeks to yourself and then like try to find a new job because like he was really bad. Like, I
don't know how close Gabby was this guy, but you also do have to create some sort of distance between you and just the line members in an org. Everyone wants to chat. People feel they know you. They want to open up to you, and you want to know people. You want to be close with people too. but there's a limit to how many people you can actually get close to. And if she's getting involved in this guy's life, you know, and he's talking about a job and finding a new job, and as Gabby grows as a content creator, you cannot be on that level of intimacy with so many people. She'll go insane. It'll drive off a cliff.
Like mentally. But like, I mean, it really affected him that Kenan and Seven and Valerie weren't talking
She's trying
to him.
fix. Yeah,
Like,
and look, as an org leader or community leader, whatever it is, when someone reaches out, you do want to help. You do want to help if you can. I've had people reach out and go, oh, I've got this issue, you know, I'm having trouble with this girl. I'm having trouble with this job. You'll help if you can. It's just, you know, you have to be careful because you get drawn in. And I don't know how well she knew this person, but it sounded like she got very drawn into the situation and didn't end up well.
Conversations where he was like that really messed him up too. Like
That they stopped talking to him?
Yeah.
The environment that he was in around them was actually really negative.
Yes. Well, he was always saying he was alone.
People who are depressed typically feel that way, yeah.
Yeah, but
God,
I mean, honestly,
they're dealing
I
with
don't know,
depression.
because I spent months like trying to figure out how it could have gone different, but I don't know. Like I was like, oh, maybe maybe I could have stopped him if I went there in person and helped him in person, you know?
Oh, she's feeling guilt because of what happened, and she could have done something different. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. She's going in her head like, what could I have done differently? Could I have said something which would have changed the outcome? Unfortunately, the answer is no. I doubt there's anything she could have done. But, I mean, that's the position she's in now, right?
Like, even K9 said something, or who said it? I don't remember who said it. They were like, yeah, but, like, he will be, like,
welcome,
kind of like
Snowslinger.
a prisoner.
Snow
like,
Slinger.
In there just trying to
follow
help
her.
someone, you know? I feel like he deserved better friends in his life. And he had good friends with us, like, in our group. Like, I was always there for him, and, like he was always laughing in our Discord when we were playing games. He was always happy.
He was happy there. Was he that kind of happy when he was in LR?
Oh, no. It was always weird. It was a really weird environment. And they would ask him to join, but they wouldn't let me join because I was a prospect. So he had conversations with Lycosar, and he was like, well, Gabby is my teammate. Like, we need to practice together. And they were like, no, she cannot join us because this is like internal training between us.
Yeah. Lex, new subscriber, welcome. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a tough situation. I don't wish this on anyone. I mean, not that she's responsible for what happened in any way, shape, or form, but she feels a responsibility. And it sucks it happened to her. But, I mean, yeah, that's a tough one.
And he's
MK,
like, yeah, but
thanks.
like all of your teams are
Don't worry,
training.
we'll play this again
and I need to
tomorrow,
train with
MK.
Gabby, and blah, blah, blah. And like Lycosar wasn't letting him. And he told me, like Shock told me, he yelled at Lycosar and got really mad. And that's when they let me play with them. You know, they let me join the training. So I wanted to leave Larsen like the first or second week. And
We're almost
like
done.
I spent so much time in
almost
the
there.
Avenger Squadron Discord. Because everyone was so nice, you know? So that really affected him, and like I would constantly ask him to go to therapy, blah blah. It was scaring me a lot, so I backed out a little from the situation, and I was like, I was still helping him, but I was trying to stay in the outside. Because it was scaring me, you know, like, I don't know, like I have never dealt with a situation like that before, like I always had nice things in my life and everything, and I never had situations like that. Like they always shit talked every single streamer that streams Star Citizen, and like I didn't leave because of Shock. It was a really toxic environment, and I was like, this is not normal. And I just started like showing people these screenshots. I didn't like them at all because like of how people are there, you know, like they have no morals, they have no respect, and like they are just a really that's like the worst org I have been in, and I was in like 5 orgs. And the environment is just so toxic and so bad. So I didn't care. I didn't like them. But these people, they pretend to be nice. They fabricate lies. They fabricate stories that are not true to make someone look bad. And they lie to other people, pretending they are super nice, super humble.
Yeah, there's a lot of online crap. Sounds like she's understanding it pretty well. There'll people make up stories. There's people with sub stories. There's people who just want sympathy for whatever. They got a splinter. Everyone must know they got a splinter in the finger and they want sympathy for it. It's never ending. Yeah, it's a tough situation.
And like internally, they are doxing, they are spitting on people. That is messed up, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel like when this goes public, there'll be retaliation?
I don't think so.
You feel like once you kind of expose like what's really going on there, that people will see it for what it is?
I feel like some people will, and other people won't, because they still want to believe a lie, and that is fine. You know, like not a lot of people are gonna see the truth, but in time, like everyone sees the truth, and the truth always comes out. So there's gonna be things to back up the stories. You know, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, what they did to you is unacceptable, right?
I don't think Avengers making this video for Gabby. This all tied in with the whole cheating thing, and there was some kind of crossover between the cheating thing and what ended up here, so it kind of overlapped. Gabby meeting Avenger 1 and attending CitizenCon kind of, I guess, solidified a bit of a relationship here. Don't get me wrong. I think that putting together this video helps get a certain message out about where Avenger 1 wants to be seen in the community as someone who's going to stand up for certain things, and we can respect that. At the same time, another outcome is, what's it, org LR? CIG needs to step up and, you know, explain what is expected from an orgs and a code of conduct. At the same, here's the thing. People will simply not join orgs then and just grief without having an official org. I mean, it's not that difficult. At least having an org allows you to identify a group of people.
You know, if they're going to hide behind an elaborate escapade of you know, misdirection, I mean, sure, right?
His last day, I think he said everything he wanted to say to me. Like he told me like all his feelings. I think like the last night, and I was really scared, and like I did care about him a lot, you know. So I was like, please, like don't do this. Like you have all these people that care about you. I care about you. Whatever story LR makes, sure, you can say whatever you want, but like at the end of the day, I think I'm the only one who.
Hang on. Although she's Polish, high probability she's a Jew. One of mine. Really? I don't think she's Jewish. Does Gary look Jewish to you? Because then she gets extra points. But also, she's part of the secret cabal then. I gotta call my rabbi. Hang on. Hello, Rabbi Shmuley. Is Gabs part of the tribe? Oh, she's not? Oh, she just looks like she is? Okay. But still, all right. Okay, fine. Yeah, guys, I checked with my rabbi. She's not one of us, sorry. Just looks like one.
Knows what really happened, and people in my community. So, and at the end, like around August, like I started asking people's help.
I spoke to my rabbi. We looked in the Jew directory. She doesn't show up.
Started helping me. Like we even had to call the police to stop one of his attempts, and the police actually went to.
Why is that even a topic of conversation in chat?
His house, and his roommate got super upset. Like, why are the police here? Like, it's messed up that they use a dead person to justify their actions. That it's just really sad. And if they wanna.
She hates gays and blacks. She also wants to harvest children. Oh, she's a Clinton supporter. What is happening in that Discord?
Blame someone, they should blame themselves for not being there for Shock, because I was the only one there for him, and all these people try.
She's a fat bitch? Gabby? Who are they talking about? I mean, my Discord knows how I feel about CrossFitters, right? My views about CrossFitters is well known. You will find smack talk about CrossFitters throughout my Discord. I'm all for that. Smack talk smack talk on CrossFitters is deserved. CrossFitters are the bane of all gym communities. Why must we cater to this stupid crossfitting nonsense? It doesn't belong in our gym. CrossFitters are horrible, horrible people that should not exist. Right. Damn straight. CrossFitters should be removed forcibly from our gyms.
trying to use his death now. Like, they weren't there for him. They weren't talking to him. They said they stopped talking to him because they didn't want to deal with his mental.
So, I mean, this kind of chat scroll, I'm not going to pretend that these people are joking, but they are likely laughing and joking, thinking this is funny. This kind of scroll should not be permitted in a chat, because there might be someone else watching and going, oh, maybe these people are being serious, and take it seriously. Unlike what I say about CrossFitters. Disgusting people. CrossFitters are the worst.
And that Kanan told me that he was this way, like, way before he met me, and that he would have done it, like, way before he met me, and that I gave him one.
My God. Vegan CrossFitters. Vegan CrossFitters are worse than normal CrossFitters.
More year. I always ask his old friends. His old friends basically stopped talking to him since, I don't know, February 2022. And I will always try to make them talk to him, play with him, do something, or like try to fix their friendship, you know? Because part of me felt
Shock saying, good morning, Gabs. I'm sorry for the sleep. Message. Okay.
That they actually cared about each other, and they, like, after he passed away, or I asked them, why did you guys just stop talking to him? Why did you guys walk away when you knew he was dealing with some stuff? And they were like, they told me they didn't want to deal with that, you know, that they wanted him to try to fix it, and that it was really exhausting, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel like the LL leadership could have done more? Do you feel like they could have addressed it more? Or do you feel like they mostly were interested in their image rather than the kind of well-being of the pilots?
I feel like...
Leading question, of course they should do more. But again, this goes back to the original topic. What should CIG do about these kind of orgs? And it's very simple. There's got to be a certain expectations when you create an org in Star Citizen, what some guidelines are. CIG does need to step up and be more proactive in their involvement in stuff happening with orgs in this game.
They just cared about their image. I didn't really feel any real friendships in that org. It was also always such an uncomfortable environment, and it was always like, guys, like in public, you behave. I remember one time one of the leadership yelled at one of the members because he was speaking out in public, in a public channel, and they were like, okay, like, just stop talking, you're ruining everything, let us do the talking. And like, they try to control everything just so they look good, you know? I think that's all they care about.
Anyway, that's it. That was long. All right. Closing thoughts. You guys survived it? We made it to the end? Good job, everyone. I'm proud. You did it. You did it. Closing thoughts and all. Oh, that was what? You need to read that. What? Was there something important at the end? Can you summarize it for me? Look, I think he made it. That's a good video. The guys in Concierge chat. You held the line. The bottom line of it is this. And I don't know if there's something CIG can police, but it's going to come down to the community. Where do we as a community draw the line? Now, different games have different kind of communities. And where we draw the line is something that everyone kind of has to agree upon. We've gone too far. I think everyone can agree upon that any sort of attacks and hate and griefing outside of the game should probably be off limits, right? Attacking people's social media, harassing them on Twitter or Facebook, harassing them on their Discord, other people's Discords, probably not allowed. You should probably draw the line there. Yeah, so if you remove the org, right, so if they do give strict guidelines to orgs, as Griffin is saying there, you'll just not create an org and just do things in a Discord without being in an org. At least when you're in an org, it allows you to see everyone involved in who's under the umbrella. So, yeah, removing the org isn't going to do that. Look, overall, the Star Citizen community is pretty good. It's not bad. There will be pockets of this. This org and what happened is unfortunate. I think the org leaders need to basically step up. And after this come out, it's definitely going to put the pressure on them to say, all right, like, we got to change things because look what's happened. CIG needs to step up and be in closer contact with org leaders who have suffered a lot of abuse from other orgs. And there's no one to complain to or cry to. Like, well, you're going to be a crybaby and file a support ticket. What you going to do? There's got to be someone at CIG who go, listen, like, I run this org called whatever, and people in this org are harassing me. Can you give a warning? There's got to be some sort of mechanism where you can kind of pull it back. If it goes too far this way, pull it back a little bit. There's got to be something, as opposed to a free-for-all. Because when you allow free-for-all, the lowest common denominator will always make you go right off the edge. So I don't have the exact answer. I think the community polices itself pretty well. I haven't seen too many issues as of late. What Avenger 1 goes through and what Gabby's going through attacks happens to all of us. Well, all of us, I mean all the org leaders. It's happened to me. Happens to me a lot. Some people deal with it better. Some people deal with it worse. Gabs is not cut out to deal with the abuse that comes from this position. That's why I'm saying there's got to be mechanisms in place to say we don't discourage her. She should be able to run an org and do what she wants to do, but there also got to be mechanisms in place which prevent, that level of harassment. You can't tell people what to do and not do in their discords, but there's got to be something in place to discourage it, right? Oh God, it's 1 o'clock. I'm starving. My head's hurting. Did I even have breakfast? I didn't have breakfast. That's why my head's spinning. Usually my protein shake is here, but I didn't have my protein shake. I forgot my food. No, muscles withering away. All those rumors about my skinny arms are true. You know who I blame? Vegan CrossFitters. Vegan CrossFitters are scum of the earth. Disgusting people. Disgusting. But anyway. That was a good video. Avenger 1 did a wonderful job. We're going to watch it again. In fact, we're going to watch it every day this week. We're going to keep on doing it every day. That's what I think we'll do. But thanks for joining me, guys. That was awesome. I know I promised all the testies will be playing Star Citizen instead of just a video talking about crap. But instead, we did drama. And there goes my day. I got to slam down some lunch and get the kids in a bit. But that was, guys, awesome. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel in case I won't put this up as YouTube videos too long. Do whatever you like. I don't care. Whatever. Let's go see Nicole one last time before we toss you over and see what Yoga Pants are doing.
Hey guys, so every night before I go to bed, I like to lay down on the floor and then I spread my legs and I splatter shit all over the walls because it creates art and makes you appreciate the human body. Hey guys.
Beautiful words. Such insight. I love it. Thank you very much, Nicole. That was wonderful. Yoga Pants girl, what you got? Here we go. No Yoga Pants. I don't know what she's doing over there. Yoga Pants. No Yoga Pants at all. Oh, she's here. Yoga Pants is here. Right behind the chat. There she is. You guys are worried Yoga Pants wouldn't be in. She is. In fact, I've taken notes about what she's doing. 4,000 viewers. Do you think I can score 4,000 views by doing that? I think I can. I can do it. I can get 4,000 views by doing that. Definitely. Star Citizen, what you got? Let's see. Fexy. Moist. Blast. Exprat. No. Hey, there's me. I'm going to host myself. Malik VR, Zero Tolerance, Dusky Plays. Suggestions, anyone, before I just do a random one? I mean, Yo-Yo, you're typically on at this point. DJ Knight, good to see him around. DJ Knight was one of the very, very early Star Citizen streamers. I mean, he expanded on to do other stuff, but he was one of the earliest Star Citizen streamers. Did he host in TwitchCon one day? I forget. But he did pretty well. I don't recognize anyone. Arc, we did Arc before. No. Easy, we've done. No. Nebel deserves some love. Does he accept English viewers? It is German, right? Yeah, you know what? Let's toss over to Nebel as a notice me senpai, because apparently that's how you're supposed to get attention. But his audience is German. They speak English though. I'm assuming they do. Do they? Nebel? Go watch Yoga Pants. Das gut? Yeah. All right, guys, behave. We're gonna send you over to Nebel because it was a suggestion. Some of you speak German, so it's good. Raid Nebel._de Tisbeer. Oh yeah, I mean they appreciate beer, right? So we'll fit right in. But thanks for joining me, guys. That was awesome this morning. We'll see you all tomorrow morning, same place, same time. We'll do this drama video all over again. Sending you over to Nebel in approximately 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to watch Yoga Pants now after this. Have yourself a wonderful day, guys. Catch you tomorrow, and you're out. Delicious drama. KSS, Dr. Rich, Bo Gregorius, Tom, Imkeeper, Twin City Jeff. You missed the beginning though, Twin. I'll recap you on it. Catch you later, guys. Have a good one. Damn disgusting CrossFitters.